Alright, so let me just do a quick microphone test just to verify that I sound pretty good. Alright, so I'm currently on mute. Alright, perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for people to show up. Okay, I see Speed is here. That's cool, that's cool. Yay, Speed, how you doing? Oh, also, let me see if I can just refresh my my browser page. There we go. Oh, hey, Tunette. Yeah, so how you doing? Hey, J. Corey. Ah, even Elmer's is here. Yeah, so what about you, Elmer's? How you doing? Oh yeah, it's nice to know that you're doing good, Tunette. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, I see Raven is here as well. Hey, Mew. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm just a little bit distracted at the moment. Yeah, just taking care of a few things. But yeah, so Mew, how you doing? Yeah, I gotta say, it's been a long time since I've watched Kappa Mikey. It's still one of my favorite shows from Nickelodeon. Though I think back then it used to air on Nicktoons. Oh yeah, anytime, you. Yeah, let me see if I can also type this in. You're welcome and sent. Hey, Chow Kitty. Yeah, it's been a long time, so how you doing? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can wait a little bit longer for more people to show up. Yeah, because last week I didn't stream at all. Mostly because, you know, I'm implementing like a full week break. Yeah, so basically like every third week I'm gonna take like a long break, you know, so that I don't like overwork myself from doing the live streaming and, you know, the art raffles and stuff. Ah, epic. Yeah, how you doing, man? Yeah, so how you doing indeed? Oh, hey, Space Boy. Yeah, no, I'm doing good. Yeah, so surprisingly, I'm feeling a little bit tired, but I still have enough energy to do some live streaming. Yeah, and of course, the amount of sketches that I'm going to be doing is going to be 3. Yeah, so I'm just going to be accepting like 3 sketch requests. Oh yeah, so not yet. Yeah, I'm just going to give like maybe 1 more minute for more people to show up. Yeah, so once it hits like 5:22 p.m., that's when I'm gonna officially start asking for names. Oh yeah, no, you can definitely join in green. Yeah, because the previous reset date was yesterday, but the thing is, I didn't really stream at all. But yeah, so everyone can still participate. Alright, so let me see if I can bring up the rules and the wheel. Oh well, actually the wheel is already like showing, but yeah. Alright, perfect. So now it's 5:22 p.m. So if anyone is interested in getting a free sketch from me, feel free to drop your names in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to add your names to the wheel. Alright, so let me see here. Just gotta go to the wheel, go to the interactive tab. Perfect. Okay, so we got Tune Ant, Elroy. Who else? Raven. Elmaris. Chow Kitty. J. Corey. Now let's see, next up we've got Space Boy. So let me just copy and paste your username real quick. Oh, hey Zane. Yeah, perfect timing. But yeah, so how you doing, man? Alright, so MewSuperKawaii. The same Zane. Alright, so let me check out the other names from above. Alright, GreenPupper. Oh yeah, thank you, Epic, for listing your name. Yes, I'll definitely make sure to add you as well. TE9K. And let me put in Epic in parentheses. Alright, so let me just scroll up a little bit further. Let's see. So I already got Space Boy. Elmers is there. Same for J. Corey. Actually, let me just... Oh yeah, no, yeah, I do have a J. Corey over there. Oh, I think I didn't add speed. Yeah, I didn't add speed, so let me take care of that. Alright, so I think that's everybody. So, is everybody ready for the first spin? Oh, I just got a hype chest. Let me just open up this thing real quick. Oh, shield goer emote and conductor badge. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, okay, so this is like an achievement for like gifting like 5 different subs at the same time. I gotta say, that's pretty cool. Okay, so since everybody's ready, so let me start clicking on the wheel in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Yeah, actually, it caught me by surprise that I didn't see Guy here. Yeah, he's normally like the first person to be here. And it looks like the first winner is GreenPupper. Yeah, congrats. All right, so let me just put this in the chat to make it official. Congrats to the first winner at GreenPupper. Oh, and of course, let me just throw in some of my personal emojis and sent. Oh yeah, so once I sorry about that, there was something in my throat. But yeah, so what I was trying to say is that once I get those references from Green and of course his idea, I'm gonna like throw in like a YouTube video. Yeah, it's actually like a review of Kappa Mikey. It's like 10 or 11 minutes, so yeah, it's not gonna be like a long one. Oh, cool. I see that Green has already messaged me. Yeah, I really enjoy this music from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. Oh yeah, so out of curiosity, like, has anyone watched Kappa Mikey before? Yeah, because I'm trying to remember, but I think it probably came out maybe like 2006 or something. But let me just do a quick Google search. Oh no, I was right. Yeah, so it definitely came out in 2006. Alright, so it looks like I got the idea and the reference. Yeah, so working on this should be pretty easy. Yeah, I just gotta like take a quick screenshot of this. Oh yeah, so like another person that I'm surprised to not see here yet is Ty. Ty Corn Artist. Oh, actually, it's Ty TT Corn Artist. Oh, and of course, let me just see if I can put the Discord tab on mute. Yeah, so there's no like confusion. Alright, so let me see if I can find that folder. Now let's see here. So, references, Livestream references, number 9. Let me just scroll down a little bit further, much further, and here it is. Oh, hey, Major Key. Yeah, thank you so much for coming to my live stream. Yeah, so how you doing? Oh, right now I'm just gonna start working on Greens' requests, since he's the first winner. Oh, yeah, this is a good reference I can use. Okay. Alright, so as always, since I got everything I need, I am ready to start sketching. Very busy indeed. Oh, cool. I didn't know you have a YouTube channel, Major. But yeah, no, actually, I'll probably, like, while I'm sketching, I'll take a look at your YouTube channel. And yeah, sorry for the stuttering back there. Again, I'm just a little bit tired.
This video was a long time coming. For the past several months, I have teased talking about this show, but I figured fine, it was finally time to talk about Kappa Mikey. Since I'm covering a bunch of Nickelodeon and Nicktoons shows recently and going forward, what better time than right now? And to appease the horde of comments I will get under this video, Kappa Mikey for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Now that that is out of the way, happy November, aka December Part 1. We have a fun month ahead of us because, like I have been teasing with the Nicktoons stuff, welcome to The Fault in Our Nicktoons. Yeah, it's the best title for this I'm coming up with. So yes, we're gonna take a look at the show Kappa Mikey, the history behind it, what happened to it, and why I, and by extension maybe you, barely remember it. Kappa Mikey was an animated Nicktoons series that ran between February 25th, 2006 to September 20th, 2008 for a total of 52 episodes. The series parodied Japanese anime while playfully highlighting the differences between Western and Japanese animation styles and tropes. While Kappa Mikey was produced exclusively for Nicktoons, Nickelodeon, as its parent network, aired new episodes on its channel, as well as a way to kind of help promote the show in 2006 to the start of 2007. Kappa Mikey is based around Mikey Simons, a 19-year-old American actor, stylized after Western cartoons from Cleveland, Ohio, who wins a contest to appear on the Japanese tokusatsu show Lily Moo, where his anime-style co-stars represent different common anime cliches. Mikey's character outside of Lily Moo is friendly and curious, but also naive and arrogant, with this naivety and arrogance often leading to the major conflict of the episode. Kappa Mikey pulls humor from the fish-out-of-water element of Mikey being from the United States and now being in Japan, as well as playing off the fun anime cliches and tropes that he is now presented with. A rejected design of Pikachu, a version of Goku they found in a Walmart bargain bin, Sailor Moon's backup dancers, you get it. That's not to discredit or demean them in any way, that's clearly the inspiration they are drawing from to portray these tropes. And usually when it comes to animation style mixing, it's very hit or miss, and for me, in most cases, is a miss. There's just something so jarring about it. But here, for Kappa Mikey, the juxtaposition of Mikey's Western animation and, well, everyone else's Japanese anime-inspired animation really helps emphasize the fish-out-of-water feeling. Meaning, I kinda like the mixing of the animation.
The biggest star in Tokyo, Kappa Mikey is up next.
This is the end of anime as we know it.
Within the world of Lily Moo, Mikey plays the lead role of a superhero also named Kappa Mikey, thus the name of the series. Mikey's anime-inspired Lily Moo co-stars include Gonard, a large blue-haired man who plays Lily Moo's antagonist and who is the one to help Mikey finally settle in Japan. Gonard is also good-natured, friendly, and not too bright. Lily is one of the stars of Lily Moo and Mikey's big love interest through the series, despite her initially disliking him since he took her spot as the star of Lily Moo. Such a Sharpay Evans move. There's Guano, a purple furry mammalian creature with a blue gem in his chest who not only acts in Lily Moo, but also works as the fictional show's director, writer, and creator. Pikachu? More like Pikahoo, am I right? Like, not only is little Guano here a star, but he's directing and writing and making a paycheck and paying bills. What has Pikachu ever done outside of mooch free trips around the Pokemon world with Ash? Think about that. Guano's numerous roles and responsibilities often cause him to come across as nervous and stressed out, mostly because he is. Finally, there's Mitsuki, a capable blue-haired woman who has a crush on Mikey throughout the series, though he never seems to realize it. While on Lily Moo, she plays a tough, no-nonsense character, outside of the show, she's a sweet and loving girl who serves as the heart of the team. Also working on Lily Moo alongside the show's cast, but behind the scenes, is Ozu, the owner of Lily Moo Studios and Lily Moo's executive producer. He's an overbearing and controlling boss who does not hesitate to yell at the cast members when things go wrong. Also, his yes man. Yes, man. There's also Brozu, Ozu's 1 second older twin brother who's obsessed with hip-hop dancing. He most likely appears as a conflicting force against Ozu with his different opinions about how Lily Moo should run and what the show should be about, much like how y'all still argue about the different logos and how they do or don't fit the vibe of the channel. Carry on, I guess. I can't stop y'all at this point. Something that I do find interesting is how the show was toted around here in the States. In press releases at the time from the network, Kappa Mikey was labeled as the first anime produced entirely in the United States, which would also spark up a debate about the term anime, as it traditionally means animation originally produced for the Japanese market, which is where Kappa Mikey would directly draw its inspiration from. But here you go, America. here's your first United States anime. It more times than not, whether it be plot-based or due to the animation in general, feels not like an anime that was created in the States, but rather what the States think or thought anime is, or what it should be, which translates into something that feels a bit tone-deaf sometimes and just trying to cash in within the medium if they can. Episodes by and large fall into a standard formula, beginning with the cast of Lilymoo filming a scene for their superhero TV show before the take is ruined by some trouble or conflict the characters will have to deal with throughout the rest of the episode. The Kappa Mikey episode, not the Lilymoo episode. The episodes mainly end with the cast of Lilymoo completing whatever filming they were working on before the trouble arose, normally with whatever lesson they had learned throughout the day, working it into their new script. This episode structure held particularly true in the first season, but shifted slightly in the second, by foregoing part of the episode with some of the Lilymoo scenes to give more time for the episode's overarching main plot. An episode that nicely showcases this early format is Camp. The episode begins with the cast of Lilymoo trying to film a scene with mixed success to the executive producer Ozo's annoyance. When the cast claims their poor acting is due to the overwork from Ozu, he lets them all go on vacation, which, hold up, is it really that easy to get a vacation from your boss like that?
Hello, this is Susan.
Hi, I know we're in the holiday season, but can I take a...
No.
But I didn't even say what I wanted. Hello? Susan? Hello?
Here's what you know about Mikey Simon. He's an American actor starring in a Japanese TV show.
Check out the series premiere this Saturday at 8, only on Nicktoons Network.
Once the cast of Lilymoo, excluding Gonard, who got a ride from his mom instead of taking the bus with everyone else, gets to the resort they were supposed to be staying at as they realize it is in fact an acting summer camp for children. They are told to improve their acting skills or to not come back at all. Gonard's mom, instead of dropping him off at this summer camp, instead drops him off at a cheerleading summer camp where he spends his time trying to befriend the popular girls who keep running away from him, terrified. During the rest of Lilymoo's cast time there at the acting camp, Mikey's stage fright and the source of his childhood trauma is explored and worked through. By the time the cast, including Gonard, get back to the studio, their acting skills have improved, and they are ready to finish their Lilymoo filming with help from the kids they met at the camp. Little note that the theme song here is actually sung by the Japanese punk band The Beat Crusaders, and it slaps. Kappa Mikey was created by Larry Schwartz, a writer, producer, and photographer who is best known as the former CEO of Animation Collective, before it shut down in 2014. Through his time running Animation Collective, Schwartz worked on a variety of projects, including Thumb Wrestling Federation, a live-action show centered around thumb wrestling Speed Race: The Next Generation, which was based on the classic Speed Racer franchise following the events of the 1967 Japanese series, and the Kappa Mikey spin-off series Dancing Sushi, which is centered around 4 sushi characters who want to be pop stars. 2 quick notes. Episodes of Dancing Sushi can be found on YouTube if you look for them, and Kappamaki is a type of sushi also known as a cucumber roll. Kappamaki sounds like Kappa Mikey. I might be not even saying it right, but that also might be the initial inspiration behind Dancing Sushi, was that joke there. And let me just reiterate, if this all wasn't clear to you, Kappa Mikey had a frickin' spin-off property? What? In his younger days, Schwartz also worked as a child actor before briefly trying stand-up comedy to mixed success. Easy to see where the child star actor storyline of Kappa Mikey would come from, as well as making it a comedy too, fusing all of his backstory into his work. But how does the Dancing Sushi come into play, huh? The world may never know. Now, Schwartz works as the CEO of Larry Schwartz and his band, yes, that is the actual name, of an independent studio that produces shows like Alien Dawn, a series from 2013 centered around 16-year-old Cameron Turner as he followed clues hidden in the pages of a comic book to look for his missing dad. While no formal sources have ever come forward about why Kappa Mikey was canceled, speculations of course have been made across the internet and fan chat rooms. Just in general, that low ratings and possible low viewership is the cause. 'Tis the story of most fates met, especially on the Nicktoons network. The series just oozes that mid-2000s charm that is hard to explain what that charm really was, because it's more of a feeling and an experience rather than a distinct reasoning. Of course, the mixed animation styles remind me of when the anime craze was starting for me and those around me when I was young, and everyone was going to the Scholastic Book Fair to purchase the How to Draw manga, so now all you know how to draw is this? No, just me. Ultimately though, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Kappa Mikey. I've only received around 900 comments a day since I first teased doing this video months back, so I'm excited to hear what you all have to say about this show. As always, I thank you all for watching, spending some time with me here today. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter for updates on content and more. I'll be back with another video soon, but until then, later.
Alright, so it looks like everything is looking good. So all the configurations are properly set up on my OBS. Yeah, so hopefully it's not going to be taken down this time. Oh, hey Speed, hey Wogodly, hey Turtle, hey Jakori, and hey Tunant. Yeah, no, it's been a long time. Yeah, actually, I was live streaming yesterday, but I was experiencing some technical issues with my OBS. But it turns out that I was also experiencing some other problems with my computer. Yeah, so yesterday evening, I was like spending a majority of my time just trying to like resolve it. And also after a couple of testing, I was able to put everything back to normal. But yeah, so Godly, how you doing? Oh, and of course, just like I mentioned in the Discord server, so I'm just going to continue where I left off from Green's request. Yeah, so once I'm done with that, I'm going to move on to the third sketch request. After that, the third, and the fourth one is going to be the last one. Oh, hey, Speed. Yeah, no, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, so thankfully, I'm feeling much more energized compared to yesterday's live stream. And hopefully, you know, everything's going to be fine. Oh, hey, Epic. Yeah, thank you so much for coming back. Alright, so let me continue on the sketch. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to move on to round number 2. Oh yeah, in the meantime, let me just put on a nice YouTube video. Yeah, it's good to be back, Mew. And thank you for coming back. Ah, cool, 25 stream streak. Yeah, congrats, Epic. Yeah, thank you so much for being so consistent for coming to my live streams. Oh, right. Let me see if I can find that YouTube video. And of course, I gotta mute the other video, which is the Sonic Livestream music. There we go.
Oh yeah, it's over sooner than you think, buddy.
Charlie, what does it mean? Charlie, you were my everything. World's f***ed up, man.
So last week I made a video talking about the inevitable end of Smiling Friends, covering an interview that Zach Hadel and Michael Kuzak did with the Hollywood Reporter following the end of season 3. A fairly recent interview. I know a crew member said that this interview was about 2 years old, but respectfully, that's just not true. It's from the end of November 2025, which is old in internet time, but it's obviously fresh enough to make the revelation that the show already ended pretty shocking. Yes, Smiling Friends has ended with season 3. There will be 2 more episodes that premiere on April 12th, described by the creators as being stragglers as opposed to finales. Just regular, one more for the road episodes. Now the creators are ending it on their own terms. They're burnt out, but this still means that Smiling Friends was effectively canceled, as it was announced last June that Adult Swim greenlit seasons 4 and 5, with season 5 being the spot where Zach and Michael thought they would end the show just a few months ago. What gives? This is honestly a pretty loaded cancellation. You already got conspiracy theories flying around that this is a prank, they're preparing for April Fools, they're being silenced for that last joke in season 3, or that this is Warner preparing to be bought out. There's a lot going on, so I wanted to follow up on my last Smiling Friends video and also unpack the unexpectedly large reaction the internet is having to this. It's a conversation that requires nuance, as there are a lot of pros and cons to this decision, consequences that go beyond Adult Swim no make money. So let's talk about it. The best place to start is absolutely with the question, why did they really change their mind about seasons 4 and 5? A lot of people think something fishy is going on here. If you wanted to end the show after season 3, then why go through with letting Adult Swim announce a renewal? Why say just 3 months ago that you're content with it ending at season 5? One thing I definitely want to make clear is that this is a real cancellation. This isn't some elaborate fake out. You don't gotta believe me, but I had already heard that Smiling Friends would have some sort of break in the future, but I was just thinking that the gap between seasons 3 and 4 would look like the gap between seasons 1 and 2. And I thought at the very least, they would produce those next 2 seasons before taking a step back. But nope, it sounds like a satisfying season 4 just wasn't flowing out of them, so they're tapping out. So no, there's no big conspiracy. It truly is burnout. And you may be thinking, but the episodes are so short, and we only got what, 8 or 9 episodes per season? You're telling me they're gonna call it quits with only 30-ish episodes under their belt? And well, yeah. Have you guys just looked at Smiling Friends? This obviously is not your conventional animated production, which is already exhausting in its own right. Michael and Zach are super involved in every step of the process, and even if they aren't storyboarding every single episode or animating every single frame, they're still involved with wrangling up and managing the team of artists who do. Adult Swim gives them a lot of creative freedom, but that means they have to do a lot of coordination to keep this a well-oiled machine. And that's on top of just trying to make sure the show's funny. There's a ton of work involved with making Smiling Friends, and knowing Adult Swim, there was almost certainly an expectation to keep these seasons coming out on a yearly basis, meaning they would have to work harder and faster. And if that wasn't enough, they also have to face the anxiety-inducing reality that this show has gotten huge. This is the biggest Adult Swim show since Rick and Morty. And I don't know how to tell you guys this, but there is nearly a decade gap between these 2 shows. And you may not remember how big Rick and Morty got, but by season 3, it was massive. And it felt like Smiling Friends hit that level of success after 1 season. So just as I said in my last video, and as they basically said in the Adult Swim video, they don't want to be the next Rick and Morty, where the show goes on for too long after getting too big. Imagine having a zombie show and a fan base that everyone grows to hate. That's a fate worse than death. And if we're being honest, I don't think Michael and Zach ever stopped being chronically online, which makes sense because the show is produced remotely and they both have origins in online entertainment. It's kind of hard to refute given that, you know, people have gotten jobs as Smiling Friends through their fan art, so they're clearly tapped in. And because they're tapped in, there's no way they miss the fandom's growing fears that they would become the next Rick and Morty, or the constant criticisms that the show is losing its spark. And you may be thinking, who's saying all that? Smiling Friends is great. But you can find plenty of people who will swear either Season 2's not good, or that it's not as funny as Season 1. Same thing with Season 3. And even though I don't agree, comedy is subjective, those are your opinions to have, but there's a fair chance that the creators were exposed to them. And again, no one is in their head wondering if a show is good as much as its creator. And it wouldn't surprise me that Michael and Zach were on board for a Season 4 and 5 because they felt obligated to. The show is huge, it's creating jobs in the animation industry, and more money wouldn't hurt either of them.
Oh yeah, no,
Yet, I
it's
think
really unfortunate that the Smiling Friend is going to end at Season 3. Yeah, especially after the news where 4 and 5 was going to be like worked on. But I totally understand that the creators want to take a break and, you know, like probably focus on some other stuff.
Moman's whole character is, I've been watching you all throughout this show. And the season finale was Gleb's origin story, leading up to the moment where we see him meet Mr. Boss and form Smiling Friends LLC. Even if they thought they could try to make it to Season 4, I think in the back of their minds they definitely knew, no, this is probably it. But also, yeah, of course you're gonna think it's the end. What other endgame stories do you have left?
Oh yeah, so
That said,
true,
we
Mew.
can still look forward to the episode Friendbot, and Charlie's uncle dies and doesn't come back. That last one especially sounds like a good full circle episode to go out on, even if it's not intended to be a finale. But yeah, no shot this is an April Fool's joke when these episodes premiere on the 12th of April. What would the prank even be? Congratulations, you got stressed out. People are mentioning how this announcement is basically a recorded Discord call that went up in the middle of the night. And it's like, yeah, they didn't want to make the announcement. I know we're in the stage of denial, but how can you listen to these guys pour their hearts out and explain how much this does suck to do, and still immediately jump to the conclusion that this is fake news? Come on, y'all. And just like I said in my video last week, they don't want to pass this off to a different showrunner. And I definitely think that would not work for Smiling Friends, since it is so improv heavy. That show is Zach and Michael. You can't do anything without them. Their voices aren't enough. While it's good that Smiling Friends is wrapping up on the creator's own terms, there are some real downsides to it. The one is a much bigger deal than the other, and that's the fact that people who worked on the show and probably assumed they were coming back for seasons 4 and 5 no longer have a job lined up. Again, they were just saying 3 months ago that maybe after the next 2 seasons they'll be done. And either way, it makes no sense that when seasons 4 and 5 were announced in June, that the decision was officially made to end the show. Or else they, you know, wouldn't have announced it? Those who are heavily involved with the show have confirmed that they did not find out through this video, but people are trying to use this as confirmation that, oh, we knew during season 3 that this would be the end. Look at the timeline! That's obviously not the case. But nobody is trying to throw Michael and Zach under the bus, so it's not gonna be a good look to point out that, yeah, they still took away jobs that were lined up. And I'm not saying that makes them villains. Again, it's a complicated situation, but you can already see people who are fans of Smiling Friends, or fans of Hadel or Cusack specifically, or people who just have a hard-on for hating the Western animation industry, doing everything in their power to downplay the fact that, yeah, if you're looking at this beyond the lens of a fan, there's more bitter than sweet to this story. I don't think the composer would say he's still in shock if he knew this was coming for a while. And anyone working in the industry right now can tell you that there aren't that many jobs to go around because, not that much is being made. I don't think Michael and Zach deserve any hate. Again, it's a complicated situation. They expressed repeatedly in the video that this was a very hard decision for them to make. It sounds like they were in the same position that Alex Hirsch was in when he decided to end Gravity Falls. If you're not a diehard Gravity Falls fan, then you may not know this, but Alex Hirsch was ready to quit the show after season 1. He had to be convinced by John goddamn Stewart to keep the show going. And he even said when he announced that the show was ending with 2 episodes left, that it was a very hard decision for him to make, but he knew this show wouldn't last forever. And part of the reason why it took so long for the news to come out was that Disney was probably hoping he changed his mind. Now, the industry was in a much healthier place back then, so it didn't really feel like there was a loss of jobs. But now, things are bleak. People who used to be showrunners are working as directors now. People who used to work as directors are back to being storyboarders. Everything is regressing, so there just aren't enough jobs to go around. That said, there are some bad faith actors online. As someone with no proven record of working on the show, and no ties to any of the crew, claim that they moved to Los Angeles to work on the show, and now that gig has been taken from them. And people who work on this show have confirmed that this story is bunk. I think part of the reason why people downplay this effect of the show ending is that the internet has become a place where, if you're presented information, a lot of people also take it as a call to action, like, oh, I'm supposed to feel some sort of intense emotion and I gotta do something. So it may be confusing that I'm saying, yeah, this is a hit to the animation industry, but I don't think the creators deserve any hate. But I'm just trying to lay everything out on the table and just keep you guys aware of the reality of the situation. And while you could argue they made a selfish decision, Smiling Friends is their baby at the end of the day. They're the ones putting their blood, sweat, tears, and soul into this thing. Obviously, everyone involved works their ass off, but they're gonna feel the brunt of it. I do think this also has an impact on Adult Swim, as Smiling Friends gets people talking about their brand, and it could expose people to their new shows. I'm sure it's a big reason why they aired Ha Ha You Clowns after premieres of Smiling Friends Season 3. And while plenty of their shows seem to be doing just fine, growing an audience independent of Smiling Friends, I'm sure they're not ecstatic that they just lost their new flagship show. This really is bringing the whole internet together, though. It feels like everyone's mourning a family of 5, if they were, taken out by their parents. But I think the existence of the Smiling Friends community shows that there's gonna be other adult cartoons to catch on. And I'm excited to see what else Haydel and Kuzak hook up. I'm just glad for the memories the show gave me. I got to watch pretty much every episode of the last 2 seasons with my friends every Sunday. It was magical, and that became a ritual for so many people. Whether the squad was assembling in real life or Discord calls, I would always see people linking up to watch the show. And I think that's why this is such a devastating loss. You'd be hard-pressed to run into somebody who didn't like Smiling Friends, even if they were mixed from certain episodes or seasons. But as always, these are just my thoughts and I want to hear yours. How do you feel about the end of Smiling Friends? Do you think this is too soon, or are you glad they're bowing out now? Let us know in the comments down below, and keep the conversation going over on Twitter and Instagram at AllStrikeVox and at RoundtableVids. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like and subscribe to the Roundtable notifications on so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Peace! Cartoon Network's Tubi takeover is the gift that keeps on giving. At this point, they're just embarrassing HBO Max, as they're coming in hot with not only a buttload of Cartoon Network shows, but also movies and specials, a lot of which never made it to Max. Some you may have forgotten, or have never even seen before. So let's talk about it. Right off the bat, I went and cleared up some questions and confusion that I've seen in my comments on my last video talking about Cartoon Network and Tubi, as I saw a lot of things like, I'm looking at Tubi right now and there's nothing there, or just wondering which shows from this massive catalog will be available when all these shows do finally arrive. So just so we're all on the same page, the Cartoon Network, Hanna-Barbera, and Warner Bros. Animated shows will make their way to Tubi on March 1st. That's this upcoming Sunday, not a second sooner or later. I think I said that in the video, but I understand people watch these in other tabs or on their phone. They're not always paying attention. It's easy to miss a detail or two. As for what will actually be available on March 1st, according to Tubi themselves, it'll be Animaniacs, Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans, The Batman, Classic Ben 10, Pinky and the Brain, Justice League, Batman the Brave and the Bold, Dexter's Lab, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage, Tasmania, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Codename Kids Next Door, The Mask, and Yogi's Gang. But wait, there's more. While all the other shows we went over in the last video will have a gradual rollout to the platform, we did learn that a couple of movies and specials will be available on the platform come March 1st. These are Dexter's Lab Ego Trip, The Powerpuff Girls Rule, The Powerpuff Girls Twist of Fight Before Christmas, Edda and Eddie's Hanky Panky Hullabaloo, that's the Valentine's special, Edda and Eddie's Boo Ha Ha, that's the Halloween special, and Edda and Eddie's Big Picture Show, which is of course the movie. These acquisitions already blows whatever HBO Max was trying to do out of the water, mostly because these shows will actually be complete. I do think Powerpuff Girls had a complete collection for a second there, but if I recall, Ego Trip and all the Ed and Eddie specials were omitted from Max because they have separate licenses from the main series. That's why every now and then you'll see the Powerpuff Girls specials pop up on Netflix, chilling as their own thing separate from the main series. Netflix wants to get some Powerpuff in there, keep some subscribers satiated with a taste of childhood without spending too much cash renewing their license for the main series. HBO Max, despite being owned by the same parent company as Cartoon Network and using Cartoon Network's classic catalog as a hook back in the day, never felt the need to get the licenses for all the specials and films of all their shows. I guess even back in 2020 when they were somewhat interested in animation, they still didn't see the value in a complete experience. You got a couple specials from the really big shows and that's it. And if you're wondering why these specials are separate licenses, it's just because they are produced independent of whatever season they aired in. Nowadays, they'll just use an episode in a show's order on a holiday special, and that was even the case for a lot of shows back then, but I'm guessing that every now and then, someone at the network thought, what if we roll out a Valentine's special for this show, and this show next year, and if they already have their episodes locked in, we'll just have it produced independent of that season. Just a little bit of TV trivia for you. Anyways, seeing this makes me really happy because it shows that Tubi is seemingly interested in getting everything, even if it has to trickle in, especially because, odds are, people missed out on some of these installments. Some of these shows ran for a long time, man. Ed, Edd n Eddy was on for a damn decade. And there's so many people who still don't know Big Picture Show exists because maybe they were a teen when the show premiered and they fell off from cartoons by the time the movie came around. Or they just missed it for one reason or another. I can confidently say it wasn't exactly the most well-advertised thing in the world. As someone who was glued to the TV in 2009, you either had to catch the right commercial break to know it was coming, or you were in the loop through the internet that the movie was finally airing. And in that case, you probably already watched it on YouTube in 10 parts. But now nostalgic adults and newcomers alike are gonna crack open the Cartoon Network collection and go, "There's a movie?" and experience what's to them 90 minutes of brand new Ed, Edd n Eddy. One that wraps up the series in an extremely satisfying way. And I just think that's a really cool thing for people to have right now. Getting a temporary escape from the world and indulging in childlike wonder. Rediscovering a series they used to love growing up and finding out that, oh shit, I never actually saw how this all played out. I feel like the Powerpuff Girls rule also fits into that. This was another special that was so easy to miss back in the day. And even if you caught it, it might not have stuck with you because you naturally weren't exposed to it as much as any other episode of the show. The Powerpuff Girls was already long over by this point, so if you were someone who moved on from cartoons, how on earth were you supposed to know that this existed? Once again, it just shows that they care, man. They recognize the value of Cartoon Network's legacy, and they want to preserve it in a way that's accessible to everyone. That lives in the United States at least. Y'all got a better HBO Max lineup though, so I think it all works out. Though I am curious if or when we'll see other specials and movies for these shows pop up, because these are just specials and movies for 3 of the shows that are coming on March 1st. But that means they're gonna be missing things like Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo, Ben 10 Secret of the Omnitrix, Foster's Good Will Hunting and Destination Imagination, and who could forget Kids Next Door Operation Zero. You can't leave us hanging with these, but considering how well Tubi has treated us so far, I'm gonna remain optimistic. Also, now that movies are on the table, one thing I'm interested in, as it was created for the streaming. In general, these are 2 pretty forgotten projects from Cartoon Network that I think would find a new audience on Tubi. Since they're pretty underrated, I can't imagine they'd be that expensive, right? Of course, there's always a chance they've gotten written off for taxes, so I don't know how that would work with streaming. Symbiotic Titans is a show that 20, so it's pretty unclear. I'd also love to see them embrace some of the live-action movies. You got Ben 10 A Race Against Time and Ben 10 Alien Swarm, 2 made-for-TV films that I think would actually be pretty popular on Tubi. They'd be an attraction because they offer both nostalgia and curiosity. Like if you've seen Ben 10 but have never seen these before, you're probably gonna think, this looks like shit, let's watch it! Meanwhile, if you grew up with them, you might be like, I don't remember if this was good or absolute garbage. Let's watch it! And there's also Reanimated, a movie that spawned a short-lived television series out of Jimmy's head. Another weird experiment from Cartoon Network. A live-action sitcom with 2D characters sprinkled in, all because he inherited the brain of a bargain bin Walt Disney. I can already assume that guy's not neurotypical, but if he's seen cartoons, there's probably something else going on. I don't think this is just a good imagination, bro. Now, Reanimated and Out of Jimmy's Head may not be appealing to Tubi at all because, they were pretty bad, but still, they're a part of Cartoon Network's history, so I'd love to see them represented. But as always, I want to know what you guys think. What specials do you hope make their way to Tubi? Let us know in the comments down below, and keep the conversation going by giving me a follow over on Twitter and Instagram at AustricFox and at RoundtableVids. If you enjoyed this video, please sure to like and subscribe to the Roundtable with notifications on so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Peace!
What we do here is go back.
Need something to throw on while you draw, study, or sleep? Roundtable Rewind's got you covered.
Basically illegal. So this was out of the worst fandom you've never heard of. Fallen fandoms, #1. Now, somebody sent this in the Discord, and the thumbnail I saw, this is the thumbnail. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. It's this show right here, The Loud House. Bro, I think I was out of the age range to watch this. Like, this is probably around the time I stopped watching cartoons. I don't know when this released, but I've heard, like, this fandom is really, like, crazy weird. We're talking about My Hero Academia levels of fandom. Like, super weird. And I always heard it, but I was always confused because I never watched it. It was good until 2019. Yeah, I wouldn't know, but... It's worse than My Hero Academia? No, that's a lie. Y'all pushing it with that one. Y'all are pushing it with that one, okay? Y'all are pushing it with that one.
Cartoon Network's Tubi takeover is the gift that
cried out for a hero.
process, forged in the heat of battle.
Oh yeah, sorry for the hold up.
At this point that indie animation is the future, and that's because another titan of the industry has threw his hat into the ring.
Alright, so let me see if I can bring back the wheel and the rules.
I'm of course talking about Matt Brawley, the
Let's
creator
see.
of Amphibia, who also has credentials on series like Gravity Falls. Remember Big Henry? That was Matt's joke, if you could even call it funny. It's a pretty concise example of his storytelling range. He'll make you laugh and cry. But you know, I'm hoping more people will get that from the 3-season epic he made and not this 1-minute gag.
Okay, yeah, here they are.
We know about Matt's new studio fantasy project and their inaugural series, Clara and the Below. After the devastating revelation that Sony canceled his animated film, Matt decided to break the internet in a different way, revealing that he will no longer be handing over his ideas to corporations and instead rely on us, the people, to get the
Oh, and of course, you know, I'm just gonna be removing all of the names. You know, since I do notice that some people are not really here. Yeah, so once again, if anyone is interested in getting a free sketch from me, feel free to drop your names in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to add your name to the wheel.
If you want to reach us, we have a mailbox set up at fantasyprojectmail@gmail.com if you have inquiries. We are not hiring yet, but with any luck, we will be in March.
Alright, cool. So let me start doing that.
If you want to support us. This project being Clara and the Below. From Amphibia creator Matt Brawley comes an animated gothic horror spin on the Nutcracker full of wintry chills and somber vibes. Neato! I love how different it sounds from anything he's even worked on before. But what's the story actually about? Well, check this out. To save her bedridden ex-military father, Clara must fight the ghosts of the soldiers he killed on the battlefield in a surreal world under her house simply called the Below. She's aided by a mischievous toy Nutcracker who represents her innocence and childhood. Matt also released a proof-of-concept teaser revealing that TJ Hill, the composer of Amphibia and Season 1 of The Owl House, is back to score this brand new adventure. And it gives us a decent idea of this show's art direction and character designs. It appears that the adults will have more realistic human proportions while still being a bit stylized.
Oh yeah, I see you, Carter. Yeah, so let me add your name to the wheel as well.
Meanwhile, our protagonist Clara is a bit more cartoony, with a perfectly round head and cat-shaped eyes. She honestly reminds me a lot of Toon Link. And this Nutcracker looks crazy. I'm glad he's on our side because it looks like he's dying to get into some shenanigans. Place your bets, folks. Who's he gonna get voiced by? Because honestly, I look at this dude and I hear a little Grunkle Stan. But that's just because I obviously associate this with Amphibia, which I'm always going to associate with Gravity Falls. This also feels way more in line with the kind of show Matt wants to make. We know if he had his way, the girls in Amphibia would have been older. They were intended to be
Yeah, let me see who else. Oh yeah, no, I remember that Zane did mention he wants to participate as well, so let me take care of that.
They probably wouldn't have had to held back when it came to darker content and just a darker tone. The first half of season 3 was very lighthearted, which seemed to be the result of both quarantine and the intensity of True Colors being a little much for executives, despite the fact that it really wasn't that intense. Still, a girl in hell fighting the souls for dad's ops? Sign me up! I already know there's gonna be some.
Oh yeah, and let me add in Mew as well.
Just a ton of sick characters who are literally dying to meet us. Heroes and villains. Once again, this is another shining example of how indie is the path forward. I mentioned it in my most recent video on Glitch Productions, but so many creators will deliver a hit and then spend years struggling to get the next.
Oh yeah, let me add in Milk Cannon AK.
I said before, if it wasn't for indie, it would be years until we see the next Dana Terrace project. And as evident with Matt Brawley, you can spend years of your life at a studio nurturing your dream project just to have it suddenly taken away one day, with the studio retaining the rights so you can't take it anywhere. I'm glad we have another notable artist taking a stand, looking at the current system and putting their foot down. Matt's not shrugging his shoulders and trying to pitch to other places. He's seeing what studios like Lich and Spittlehorse have built up and taking the initiative to create another avenue that gives fresh ideas an honest chance to thrive and keeps the animation dream alive in a time where it feels like.
Oh yeah, so let me add you back in total.
Right now, they're just starting small with this one project.
And I see that Eloy is back, and same for Exclamus, so I'll make sure to add you two as well.
Creating plenty of household names before we know it. Hazbin Hotel started as a pilot, and now the Helliverse is an immensely popular franchise, and it happened relatively quick. Glitch Productions already had momentum prior to Digital Circus, but once that blew up, everything changed. More and more people.
Alright, Total Bravo has been added, and let me work on Eloy and Exclamus.
That'll blow everyone away. I have no doubt that it's going to be Matt. If you're interested in following this project so that you can support it when it goes live on March 13th.
And same thing for Epic.
I want to know what you you guys think. How do you feel about Matt going indie and Claire on the below? And keep that conversation rolling over on Twitter and Instagram by giving me a follow at AltricVox and at Roundtable Vids. If you enjoyed this video, please sort of like and subscribe to the Roundtable with notifications on so you can stay in the loop of all things animation. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Peace! We're just a few months away from the return of Regular Show, and I can't wait. As international Cartoon Networks have revealed when they're going to premiere the new series, and it's a lot sooner than you think, which means it's probably coming to America even sooner. Let's talk about it! So for those out of the loop, Regular Show is indeed returning to our television screens. As it was announced a couple of years ago that Cartoon Network Studios, which is basically just a division of Warner Bros. Animation at this point, would be
Alright, so that should be everybody. Okay, so is everybody ready for the second spin?
Tapes, implying that these episodes will likely be set before the finale, and probably season 8 as a whole, much like the upcoming Adventure Time spin-off side quest. Though there's always a chance it's set in between the park coming back to Earth and the massive leap to their 25-year reunion. But that's the thing, there's so much we don't know about the Lost Tapes, from its setting to its cast to...
Nah, don't worry, Turtle. Yeah, so thankfully I did add you back to the wheel, and nah, I don't hate you.
Will it be on HBO Max like Fiona and Cake? Will it be on Amazon Prime like Steven Universe Lars of the Stars? Or will they even premiere it on cable? It's a Regular Show, dog.
Alright, so since everybody's ready, so let me just click on the wheel, starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Making it very bingeable. It's a really good background show.
Oh yeah, bless you.
Just fits Hulu's vibe a lot more. HBO Max just doesn't seem that interested in animation anymore, aside from Fiona and Cake because it was already around, and the Adult Swim catalog, and Prize seems to go for the serialized 8-episode action shows, so I don't think they'd care for Regular Show either. What would be insane is if Tubi somehow managed to land the rights amongst their new deal with Warner Bros, but that'd be very wishful thinking. So yeah, Hulu is my bet, but we're gonna have to find out soon because...
Alright, lucky you. Yeah, so it looks like Eloy380 is the second winner. Yeah, congrats.
CJ, I'm coming home. The Hungarian media outlet Ventrum revealed an upcoming slate of premieres for kids media in spring 2026. But Cartoon Network actually only has one premiere listed, Regular Show, or as I guess they call it over there, The Park Show or The Park, which honestly is a hard-ass name. Finally, we can report on a special series. The Park Show will return in May in the form of a spin-off.
Yeah, I know, exclaimers who are very close.
The Park Show Lost episodes will feature previously unseen stories and adventures of the park's residents. This definitely supports the idea that this is taking...
Oh yeah, and also for the spin sound, I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, so I'm not too sure.
But on the other hand, I'm just way more interested.
Yeah, because I didn't really make any new changes to the wheel.
As although we wouldn't have Pops, I feel like they'd actually have more to work with. And part of the long-term investment in Regular Show comes from the fact that we get to see these characters develop. So I don't want to see stories that take place during their arcs or jumping around all over the timeline. That just seems like a lot, but hey, I get it. Cartoon Network ordered more episodes. This is putting food on the table.
Okay, so let me see if I can message Elroy real quick.
Putting that aside, if International is getting it in May, then there's no way it's not gonna premiere in the United States, either before May or in May for one big simultaneous release. With Gumball, we knew it was coming back in 2025 when the year began because other countries made it known. And America got it first, months ahead of everyone else. That said, it's almost March. Clearly, we aren't getting Regular Show as early, yet there's still a real chance they could announce it pretty much any day now. Late March might be doable, but I feel like with Regular Show, you won at least a month's worth of promotion, so I'm betting on either an April 2026 release for the United States or May 2026 with the rest of the world. Either way, I can't wait to see what the Regular Show team has been cooking up for us. I just hope they go easy on the Mordecai cringe. But that said, I want to know what you guys think. Drop your predictions on the release date and how you feel about when this spinoff will be set in the comments down below. And keep the conversation going over on Twitter and Instagram at AltricVox and at Roundtable Vids. If you enjoyed this video, please to like and subscribe to the roundtable with notifications on so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Peace!
What we do here is go back.
Need something to throw on while you draw, study, or sleep? Roundtable Rewind's got you covered. So why not take a stroll down memory lane and subscribe?
No one can tell me what to do.
See you there. The Bean Mouth Style, also known by misguided people who don't change their opinions as the CalArt style. It's a trend that's consumed cartoons since the 2010s, namely those made for major television channels like Cartoon Network, Disney, and I'd say Nickelodeon, but they've maintained visual variety throughout the decade because they still kill everything that's not SpongeBob or the misadventures of the Gojo clan. Oh, never mind. I've given my pros and cons of Bean Mouth over the years. I refute the idea that all new cartoons look the same because the ones that share Bean Mouth do all have intricacies in their art direction that cause them to stand out from one another. It's not Hanna-Barbera levels of egregiousness, but I do think it's fair to say that the Bean Mouth is used as a base for a lot of characters, especially the leads. I have no qualms of how these shows look, but I do miss when every show felt like the creator's distinct art style being brought to life, whereas the Bean Mouth trend has reined things in for efficiency, so now art styles start to feel more like a compromise. Talking strictly about character design, something like Invader Zim was unapologetically Jonan Vasquez, whereas something like Steven Universe was not completely Rebecca Sugar style at the time. It was more so aspects of their style applied to a design that's less complex to animate. And in theory, the more simplified designs can help artists and animators do some cool stuff that might have been hard to pull off back in the day. I feel like non-action cartoons in the last 15 years had more moments of smooth animation and perspective changes than in the 2000s, and the designs are at least a factor. However, even if I personally adore Bean Mouth, I'm always gonna prefer variety. Something more personal. My favorite art styles, whether it's cartoons, anime, manga, or comics, are the styles that feel like an extension of someone's soul. An artist's quirks and sensibilities shouldn't just peek through a character design when it's their show, you know? It should just be the design. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about why this style took over in the first place. We know it's for efficiency, but who's settled on this approach? Artists? Executives? Or a third party? Well, after a decade of discourse, we actually have a solid answer. As Darren Nefsey, the creator of Star vs. the Forces of Evil, recently shared some elite ball knowledge on Twitter, and I find it to be pretty insightful and fascinating, so I wanted to share it with all of you. Let's talk about the truth behind Bean Mouth cartoons. Sorry for turning your tweets into content, Darren. I just think more people should know about this. So Darren found out about the whole Bean Mouth thing and had some thoughts to share. I think it's really funny she just found out about all this when we're almost a decade into this discourse, and Star is one of the shows people often point to when talking about the Bean Mouth style. Hey animation fans, can I say something about the whole Bean Mouth thing? That shape became popular within the animation studios. They do the actual lip sync and the super hard work of drawing many of these shows by hand. They set the mouth shape style a lot at the time. For example, most of Star was hand-drawn on paper with real inking. The animation studio set the mouth shape style on many of the shows to make them more doable. Can't really figure out why this has become a bad thing to some people. So yeah, Darren's referring to the vendor studios. For those out of the loop, a lot of big studios like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney storyboard their cartoons in-house, creating out the backgrounds, model sheets, and assets, and then they ship it over to another studio who proceeds to do the actual animation and sending it back to the main studio when it's done. It sounds like the Bean Mouth became a trick akin to giving characters 4 fingers instead of 5 to speed up the process. Now, mouth charts, as the name implies, lays out how characters should look when pronouncing certain letters and words. And based off what Darren's saying, it sounds like the mouth charts actually began to influence the character designs. That it's easier to reuse mouth charts and place said mouths on the characters if they have simpler faces to slap them on. And the bean shape gives them a larger canvas to work with. More varied character designs may demand special mouth charts, so they found it wise to reserve them for characters who don't appear as often. Now, some productions do produce their own mouth charts as opposed to the vendor studios, but from Darren's experience, Star Versus started at Mercury Filmworks and they did their own charts. Personally, I get it. Now, I'm not saying this means I'm throwing everything I said about wanting variety out of the window. I just get why they took this route. I know people who despise Bean Mouth are going to watch this video and take anything that's not criticism as defending or ass-kissing, but we should be able to understand why decisions were made while still wanting better for the medium. I think it's a pretty rational take to think, I accept this as the truth and I still don't like how it looks. Animation studios work their asses asses off making these silly drawings move. There's multiple teams, of course, but they still tend to have a huge workload, especially back in the mid-2010s. If they gotta cut corners so that all these shows can be delivered on time without making them look as stiff as a board, then so be it. Darren talking about this also made me realize that a lot of BMOF shows are animated on paper, hand-drawn frame by frame, whereas a lot of rig shows of the era got away with more diverse character designs and styles. Obviously, that doesn't apply to everything. After all, Star was a show that was half animated on paper and half rigged. But keep this in mind when you're watching cartoons from that era. Is it Beanie? Yeah. Is it animated on paper? Yeah. Then maybe it was to accommodate the vendor studios. Darren also emphasized that these cartoons are being made for companies, which means the artists have to work with what they got. Replying to someone with, yeah, I would say I was making a show for Disney. Disney has a relationship with certain animation studios. Those studios are trained to do animation in a certain way. You can push and pull things, but if shows kind of look alike in some ways, like mouth shapes, that's why. And to be clear, our animation studios did a fantastic job. Lots of very talented, passionate people made the show. I was always so impressed. Like the episode where Star is swimming in the toffee goo, so well animated. Preach, Darren, preach. Dem rough draft episodes looked good. At the end of the day, this is a relationship where a network or streaming service needs stuff to fill their catalog, so they give artists the resources to make it for them. Star was a show Darren made for Disney. They were the ones who footed the bill. They set the budget. So if BMOF is what works best for Disney, then that's that. When criticized for the American animation industry's dependency on outsourcing and how it's impacted creative decisions, a problem that a sole showrunner can't fix, Darren gave a simple reality check regarding these circumstances. Well, I didn't pay for the show, did I? Anyone is welcome to make anything on their own in any way that they want. But when you sell a show to a company and they're paying for it, you need to stay in a budget. And today, it's so hard to get anything made at all. No system is perfect. I'm very proud of the show. The humor and stories are very original. Everyone worked hard. I know it's not for everyone, and that's alright. I just think the BMOF thing is a little misguided sometimes. I of course wish TV animation had more budget and time. We move so quick in TV. Features have the opposite problem. They tinker with every detail for so long, they often lose something. I think TV needs more time and features less. I like variety as well. The budgets for TV are much smaller compared to, say, a feature. But I quite like how my show turned out. We did do a lot of special mouth shapes for monsters, but that involved a special mouth chart for each of those characters. So yeah, just a little bit of interesting animation insight that I wanted to share. But also, let's not kid ourselves. BMOF is also a trend in the sense that a lot of studios or productions or higher-ups might have seen it become common and followed suit simply because they see it working for other places. It kind of reminds me of the simplified art styles we're seeing more in anime. Dragon Ball Super Broly, Chainsaw Man Reze, Dandadan, the list goes on. It seems to be great for animators, as they can reserve detailed shots for when they really want to emphasize a moment, while also being able to produce more fluid animations. But it also just looks really cool. I prefer this over a shit ton of shadows and compositing. Like that glossy look that Dragon Ball Super show had, not a fan. If I had it my way, the series would look like Broly forever. But that said, I'm sure if this style becomes too prominent, people will get tired of it. But if anything, I think there's so much anime being made in a variety of genres that we won't have to run into the lack of visual variety anytime soon. But I'm just yapping, you get the idea. The BMOF was for efficiency, it was popularized by overseas studios, and it just makes their jobs easier. Is that a symptom of a broken system? Maybe, probably, yes! But I definitely think we're moving out of the BMOF age for different reasons. There's less shows being made, there's less shows being animated on paper, cartoons other than comedies are on the rise, with unique art styles that suit their vibe, and we're getting more adult animation. The BMOF trend is mainly found in kids shows. While adult animation can have a quote, ugly problem, I think they're still doing God's work when it comes to visual variety in the Western scene. But with that said, I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about the BMOF style in the Big 26? Let's get a dialogue going in the comments down below, and keep the convo rolling over on Twitter and Instagram at AllSharkVox and at Roundtable Vids. If you enjoyed this video, please sure to like and subscribe to the Roundtable with notifications on so you never miss a video. Shout out to our patrons, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!
Why was OG Fortnite so perfect, bro? I wasn't even there for OG Fortnite, but let me explain for some of y'all, because some of y'all's Gen Alpha wasn't born in 2020. It was a special time. This was the last time we were all happy together. The whole world had one purpose, and it was to be there for Fortnite. Your friends were finding about it, celebs were joining in, creators were joining in, music artists were joining in. It was beautifully fantastic and smooth. And now, I don't know, Playboy Cardi's in it. I have the Galaxy skin and a few rare skins, bro. I know it's crazy. I don't even know if I can say this, bro. For the Galaxy skin, I dead went to like a fucking Best Buy. I downloaded like Fortnite on the phone there because that's how you got it. And I played the game and I got the skin. I dead went to because I was not buying that phone. And you know what's crazy? I have a core memory. I was in some Discord. I think it was some type of Fortnite Discord. Everybody was talking about it at the time when the Galaxy skin came out because it just had aura, bro. If you had the Galaxy skin, people were like, that's him. There was like some random dude in Discord that said he wanted it, and I tried helping him get it. And like, he gave me the wrong log, and I was like, yeah, dude, it's not working, and I gotta go. My mom gotta pick me up. No, my mom dead ass drove me to the store, bro. To the fucking Best Buy. Could do that. Yeah, when's the next, like, solid game the whole world's gonna be playing? It's GTA 6, actually. What am I saying? It's gonna be GTA 6. Bro, after that, it's gonna be probably, like, a long time. But, like, Fortnite was just so special, bro. Like, we get something like this every, like, 7 or 8 years, maybe. Like, Fortnite's peak for real, I would say, like, at least, like, culturally, 2018 to 2019. Fortnite's 9 years old. Technically, it's older if you count Save the World, because they had Save the World made. They only released, like, the Battle Royale when it started to trend. It's crazy, because they didn't even think it was gonna do good like that. They were just like, it might be some people playing it. It was made in 2017. Oh my god, yeah, that was the main release, right? Damn, so that's about to be 10 years old? Like, for Battle Royale, that's crazy. Let's go and see this stuff.
Perfection for a game is like a cinematic masterpiece of an era. However, perfection for a game requires risk due to the fact that it needs to be made fresh and from scratch.
Oh my god, just hearing that music made me nut. Damn, bro. Oh my god, man, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
On September 26th, 2017, a game called Fortnite Battle Royale was released. A player versus player mode with a whole new aspect that would change the gaming world forever. Within only the first month after its launch.
Yo, it's so funny seeing the way they thought people would play this. The way the trailer moves is like you see this dude going up and just shooting normally. Nobody's building. They didn't suspect people to build like a tower in 0.1 seconds. Who was there with the original Fortnite when people would just sit in towers and bushes? Bro, that's the original Fortnite. It'd be just like this, bro. It'd be just like this. Sitting there in a fucking bush, bro. Holding like a sniper. Bush camper? That used to be a term. Nowadays, nobody does that. Or maybe they do that. I don't know. I haven't played Fortnite in a while. We all had bush campers before, of course. Bro, I'll never forget, y'all. Oh my god. No, this was the scariest moment. I was playing like some tournament type of game or something like that to qualify. This is like towards the end of the game, so like everybody's kind of like building their own base and shit to me in. I'm in a base and I build it like next to some bush. Bro, I'll never forget this. I sit in that shit for like 5 minutes. Bro, some dude in the bush turns. Hold on. Let me just give y'all a POV. Just like this. That's exactly what happened to me right after. Dude was just sitting there for 5 minutes in a bush while I was building around. Like, why did he wait for 5 minutes? Why didn't you just kill me on the spot? I had that happen before, but it was a whole ass squad. Yeah, squads used to be bush camping. That was the worst. One wall and staring in the front was all no cover from the sides and behind. Peak days, yeah. I used to do that all the time. Just stare, wall, and just sit there. Hey guys, Tom NFG here. You know, only half of you guys are subscribed and even less of you guys have noties on. I hate to be a burden, but, you know, I really appreciate it if you hit that sub button and the little bell next to it, you know. It doesn't take long. I know you can get mixed up in the algorithm and everything. But yeah, also tune into the streams, you know. We have a lot of fun over there, I'm telling you. We have a lot of parties going on over there. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Damn.
Fortnite had almost 45 million players.
Wow.
So why was
like, look at that. Nobody even uses that shit. Is that the Zap Trap? Do they even have that anymore? I don't even know if they have that. Yo, I look, you gotta run Fortnite because they do have OG Fortnite now. OG Fortnite's permanent right now, right? I gotta play it.
Oh, why was this game so popular?
Remembers the Zapatron? I remember that.
Why is it so hated now?
Yo, who remembers rocket riding? Rocket riding was the funnest shit ever, bro. Oh my fucking god, that was lit. Just that you and your friends, bro. You'd be like, all right, shoot me up, bro. I'm gonna try to snipe somebody.
People not play it like they used to. I remember downloading Fortnite Battle Royale on the day of its release.
The launcher you could control, I remember
that. I got an advertisement on Save the World, which is a completely different game mode, and honestly, a completely different game than Fortnite Battle Royale.
Yeah, the only reason people get Save the World now is just for the V-Bucks. And I don't even know if people care enough to even play Save the World for the V-Bucks, but I remember that used to be the method. Like, people used to get so many fucking V-Bucks off of that shit.
Oh. You had to pay, I believe, $40 for it. I clicked on the ad, but honestly, I really wasn't interested in Save the World. I was more interested in Battle Royale. See, Battle Royale was, you know, alive a little bit before from PUBG and H1Z1. And I always watched streamers play H1Z1. I just didn't have the money to pay for it, nor a PC. So I decided, why not try a new battle?
It's crazy how all those games are just ancient. shit now, bro. That's how Twitch started off, y'all. Bro, reacts wasn't even a thing for real, bro. Reacts just chatting. It was just people playing games like H1Z1, and people were trying to watch a streamer to see like the funniest shit.
Royale genre. A battle royale genre that advertised the building aspect of the game, but also it was free.
Yeah.
I opened up the game and I didn't have high hopes at all. Just another knockoff battle royale game that was trying to copy PUBG or H1Z1 that no one really wanted to play. But I realized there was nothing to
Yo, look at this fucking menu, bro. Like, look how it looks.
buy. Nothing at all. Not an item shop. This was day of release. There was nothing to buy.
Okay, yeah, this is like beta though. I didn't play it at this time. I played season 0 though, y'all. I'll never forget. I was playing on a PS4, bro. It's season 0. I still got the glider in my old account, bro, and all that old shit.
Except for Save the World. I started my first match, and honestly,
now we got Goku, Miku,
amazing.
Spider-Man, and
scenery,
Peter Griffin.
The sunset that fell during season 0. Everyone that played during that time remembers it. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. The map felt
low-key, bro, season like 1 of Fortnite was kind of eerie. Like old Fortnite, bro, I don't know why. It's like somewhat quiet. It's like too still. But I feel like that's just because it's so cartoony now. But I don't know, bro. Tomato Town was my spot. Dude, Tomato Town was underrated. Nobody would go there, bro. Yo, Lonely Lodge, yo. Were y'all ever on the tower at this shit and somebody knocked that shit down when you were on it? Bro, that was the worst, bro. Oh my god, you couldn't even build or nothing, bro. Somebody just went at the bottom and took all the wood there.
massive, especially for a battle royale. The cartoonish style, it was just amazing. Being on the battle bus as well, and seeing just something completely different. It was just so odd, but everyone seemed to enjoy it. I remember I dropped out the bus, landed Salty Springs for my very first game, and I forgot it was a battle royale. I didn't know how to get guns. I looked up on my phone and Googled, I'm not even joking,
I don't even remember my first games of Fortnite, to be honest.
how to get guns in Fortnite Battle Royale. I remember this very vividly. And I dropped my second game and I found the chest. A regular old chest just sitting in a house in Salty Springs.
Yo, would y'all ever land on this mountain and fight people? Dude, I used to be landing there, bro. My friend would land at Salty Springs. I land on this shit and fight niggas. And then whoever made it out, you made it out. This shit could really have motion. You could either get the best shit of all time or the worst shit. It's no in between. There's times I land on here, I got the craziest loot in the beginning. I was like, all right, bet. I'm set. And the times I landed, I got nothing. Shit was a battle zone. At times it would be. Just because, like, it's a good start. Like, it's a good thing to see how the game will go. Because if you go there and you kill everybody, then you know you did good. But if you die immediately, then you just move on.
And the glow, the sound, the aura, it was just outstanding. Everything about the game just felt super fresh. Another thing as well is that the game was so silent.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what I was talking about when I told y'all. It felt a little bit eerie. There was like no sound effects or anything. It was dead ass just silence.
Anyone that played OG Fortnite remembers how silent the game was.
Calming ambience, it kind of is. But like, imagine this just breaking with the sound of a scar at like 1,000 decibels. It's just quiet, it's peaceful, and then you hear doo, 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 doo. Like, it's a little bit creepy, I don't know. But you know, they made it better with like season 2, season 3, and they started adding different shit. But like, this is the very beginning. I remember this because I was playing the very beginning, and I remember it would just be kind of scary sometimes. But I would also be playing with my friends too.
So let's fast forward to season 1 of Fortnite, which came out probably about a month later.
Oh my god, y'all remember all the kids that used to be like, oh my god, do you got Skull Trooper? Do you got Skull Trooper? Can I get your Skull Trooper? Man, little ass kids, bro. Fucking begging for a skin. I wanted it so badly too, though, to be fair. Everybody wanted the skin. Holy fuck. I forgot about this thick ass shawty, bro. What was her name? Hashtag no goon, though.
This is when Fortnite started to pick up a lot in popularity. And this is also when they introduced the item shop and the
Bro, this is when the item shop was good. Bro, niggas used to wait for drops, bro. We used to be sitting here waiting for drops, happy as shit. We're like, yo, is it gonna be a new skin? What's gonna release? Is it like, is it gonna be old? It's gonna be, bro, now it doesn't even matter. There's like a million skins. Nobody cares about Fortnite skin drops. That's what made it special. I would check YouTubers to check the item shop. Live video on YouTube, playing 24/7. There was live streams for item drops. I remember, oh my God, bro, I'm gonna cry, bro, so good.
Season shop, which really set the framework of the whole game. Like, if you look back at the season shop and the item shop, it really just shows that they kind of stuck with that. Obviously, it's a lot different now if you look at the battle pass, but
yeah, it's like a million things.
Shop and season shop is really what made Fortnite. Like, especially,
they obviously did it for profits and to make more money, which of course they're gonna do as a company, but like it ruins the specialness, bro.
With all the cosmetics that they've
holy
added,
microtransactions.
For sure, this is what set the framework. Everyone started to play during this season. I remember a lot of my friends started playing it. I was telling my friends about it. I had a friend and his brother used to come to my house and we would just
bro, and you could just play for hours. Were y'all ever doing that? You just played for fucking hours trying to get a win. It was just a vibe, bro. You was with the homies, bro. It was a vibe. Nowadays, I don't know, bro. Whenever I open Fortnite with my homies, I just don't care. Like, I'm just playing for fun, like to have fun with my friends, but it's not the same vibe. It's completely different.
Grind.
I used to wake up early to play before
and I remember I bought V-Bucks to buy something in the shop, and I decided to buy the munitions expert instead of Renegade Raider. So yeah, big L to me.
Is the Renegade Raider still rare? Didn't they like release a bunch of old skins that they said they were never gonna release? Dude, I'm tough. I still got the Black Knight skin. Wait, did they release that shit? The old Black Knight? Oh, they didn't? Yo, for real? Yeah, I got the Black Knight, y'all. And you know what's crazy? I swear, bro, it's crazy how the universe works, bro. I don't know if this was just God telling me or what. Keep in mind, bro, I'm broke as shit. This is when I was in high school, right? Probably either freshman or sophomore year, I don't know when. On Amazon, they like fucked up my order, and then they gave me a $10 gift card. And I was like, you know what? It was like season 2. I was like, let me spend it on Fortnite. And then I bought the season pass and I completed it. And that's how I have it. I swear on everything, that is how I have the Black Knight and all that. Because Amazon gave me that gift card. Bro, I was broke as shit. I didn't have a job or anything. And I got the Sparkle Specialist skin. I got a lot of like OG shit. And the crazy thing is I have 2 accounts. So like the main account I use now, I made a new account for some reason. I was dumb as shit. I made a new account because I didn't like my KD on my old account because I was ass and I got better. And I was like, you know, let me make a new account. So I have one account with just the OG shit. And then I have a new account with like all my stuff after like 2018. And I still can't merge the accounts unless if they added that feature. If they did, that would be so useful. But
it's whatever, you know. That was a very special time, and it added a lot of new aspects to the game. People started to really understand that Epic Games and the developers really cared about their game. And this was only the beginning for Fortnite. What was about to come next would completely change the game and the gaming industry forever. Now, I remember waking up one morning, going downstairs. It was Christmas break, and I grabbed a cup of hot cocoa. I lived on a large acreage ranch, and I looked out, saw the snow, went upstairs, and saw Fortnite had updated automatically on my PS4. So what I decided to do.
And see, the thing is, Fortnite updates were every couple of months. Like, it used to be a thing. Like, people cared about the updates. Nobody gives a fuck about like a new Fortnite update. Deadass. Like, nobody cares, bro.
Was hop on, and oh my gosh, this was amazing.
It was peak.
Right as you opened up the game, waiting in the loading screen, you could tell there was new content. There was the zombies from Save the World with
apparently they just added South Park. Damn.
One of them shooting with the snowball launcher, and just the snow and the house in the back and the mountain. It just looked fresh and it felt great.
When is Tommy being added shit at this point next year, bro? They just be adding anybody, to be honest, man. Like, sure, I feel like eventually they're just gonna start adding TikTok memes. Anybody that's like big from a TikTok meme is gonna get their own skin. You know, it's kind of like Roblox now, where like people just make a character design for like literally anybody. They did? For real? Who? Oh, the 6'7" emote. But did they put the 6'7" kid? They didn't put him. Like, I feel like in the future they're just gonna add any viral meme, they're just gonna add the person in it.
The game was fully loaded, and I saw the lobby screen. I was shocked just to see how much content Fortnite
Yo, it's crazy what we were just talking about, and then look at this.
had given us. I immediately opened the item shop and I saw the 2 new Christmas skins, which were the gingerbread girl and the guy gingerbread skin. And I saw a new tab called the Battle Pass instead of the Season Shop. So I decided to open it, and I thought that it would be the same thing as the Season Shop.
Y'all, it deadass used to be a fucking struggle to complete the battle passes. Like, nowadays, I'm pretty sure it's way easier. But, dude, you had to, like, really lock in on the challenges. You had to literally do every single challenge they gave. If you missed the challenge, you probably weren't getting it. And then, yeah, they would release the new challenges every week, right? So it'd be like week 1, they release, like, a set of challenges. You complete them, then you have to wait till week 2. Now you get, like, just from playing the game and leveling up, like, that shit just goes by.
Something completely different that no other game has done before. It was a new sort of pack that you could buy, but it was only $10, and you got over 75 cosmetics. And they weren't like just little dumb things that wouldn't. No, they were full-on skins. They were pickaxes. They were now emotes.
Yo, I like how they made it though that like they don't re-release battle pass skins, because technically one of the rarest is like the Black Knight. Still got that shit.
And this was just something that no other game has thought of, and that was just so fresh that Fortnite had done.
And now every game copy Fortnite. Every game has a battle pass.
I remember loading up my first solo game, and everything had been updated. There was new lights on the bushes. There was Christmas trees. There was the snowball launcher, and everyone started to kind of figure out, wow, these developers actually cared. And something that really sets the ground point of OG Fortnite, that the developers really didn't care about money. It wasn't a big corporate brand like it is now that is partnered with Disney and, you know, a lot of different artists. It was a game that had...
What's a game that like sticks true to its values? Where like now people can still rock with it a lot. COD got cooked. COD is fucking ass now, bro. Ass. They haven't had a good game in a while. Minecraft, you think? I mean, Minecraft has collabs with Disney and shit, but I don't know. Like, okay, just the style of Minecraft, yeah, it hasn't changed too much. The only thing that changes is them adding the new mobs, which sometimes does kind of fuck it up. But Minecraft was pretty solid for the most part. Yeah, it stays true to itself. Rocket League kind of did. Yeah, Rocket League fell off though, so.
A sense and a style and a, you know, attraction that no other game could have built. This was also the time that streamers started to play the game.
Yeah.
And this is what started kind of the hype of Fortnite. I remember I watched Ninja's Hyper a lot, along with CD and the Third Dakotas, which a lot of you may have watched as well.
Yo, this is really what popped off like Twitch though. Like for the first wave, like before like Kai and all the IRL streamers and everything. And now it's becoming like more and more mainstream. Like this is when I really first started learning about like Twitch. Started watching at least, let me say that.
But this is really when Fortnite started to rise, was because of these streamers as well that were promoting, you know, the Battle Pass and just showing everyone how much these developers actually cared about their game. This was also the time that a lot of new players were introduced, and there wasn't really a competitive energy to it. Yeah, everyone was trying to win, but a lot of people were just trying to get on with their friends and chill. And a lot of players were fairly new as well.
Yeah.
There
wasn't really skill.
You know, wanted a breath of fresh air from Call of Duty or, you know, Minecraft. It was just something completely different, especially with the building aspect. Yeah, you had to adapt to it, but that's what made the game fun, was playing with a new system that no other game had. Yeah, you had Minecraft with building, but it wasn't like this. It was something...
Oh yeah, I also got that skin too.
Completely different that took everyone by storm. During this time as well, I remember I would post on my Snapchat all my wins. I know it's corny, but everyone did it at the time.
Nah, I got a couple of them pics. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got a couple of them pics. That used to be the go-to, bro. Real talk. I used to be posting that shit. Oh yeah, nah, the hus gonna get wet over this. That shit was not working, bro. That shit was not happening. It was the biggest flex you could have back in the waist. I swear, because it was hard. It used to be hard to get a win. It used to be a struggle, bro. It felt crazy when you actually got it. You were considered tough, yeah. Now people used to swipe up. Your homies would swipe up. Yo, you really got a win, bro? Oh my god, man, I haven't gotten one yet. I've been playing for like 2 weeks. I've been playing for like 2 fucking weeks. Damn, bro, teach me your methods. And you're like, hey, no pictures. Some shit like that.
But yeah, I remember going on my phone and taking a picture, and some of my buddies did as well, of their first like Fortnite wins. And if you had the umbrella, especially the snowflake one, you were a goat, you were a sweat, you were Mary Poppins. I remember everyone would call it Mary Poppinsing your way down. But yeah, it was cool. It was,
yes, I have that.
It was pretty awesome once you got your first snowflake glider and the regular umbrella. When Season 3 was being announced and everyone saw the timer on the Battle Pass go down, people were really excited for the new Battle Pass that was coming out because everyone knew that Fortnite would do it.
Crazy thing is, y'all, it's weird. I got the Season 2, but I never got the Season 3. And this is when a lot of people got the Season 3. I just didn't get it.
Again, that's what created all the hype, was the Battle Pass, the skins, what you could grind for. It's just amazing that Fortnite added
John Wick
skins for you to grind for instead of, you know, like Call of Duty had camos. Fortnite, it was an actual skin that you could wear. Like, it was just something completely different. Especially, I think the third person aspect definitely helped out Fortnite a lot. I think if Fortnite was first person, it definitely
that shit would have failed.
Be the game it is today, because you can't really see them. They would care more about weapon camos, but obviously the third person aspect, like, you care a lot more about skins. Yes, H1Z1 had this. It was more like helmets and your guns, but it wasn't really your actual character that people cared about. It was just, you know, the helmets. This was also when cross-platform was introduced to the game, and honestly, it made some pretty funny clips.
Dude, do you know how to build at all?
Nope.
Press Q, just for a second. Just for a second.
What
Don't do anything.
the fuck is Q? I have a PS4 controller.
This is also the time that weekly updates were coming out as well. We would see a new item every single week.
Oh my god, these little stupid ass. Dude, these things were so annoying, bro. They were so overpowered. If you ever had a squad of your homies, you threw this shit at one person, bro. GG's. That's their life right there. They were completely done for.
This was just great to see in the game because there was a reason to actually come back. Like, let's say you grind out the Battle Pass. You would come back every week. You'd probably get bored within that week of the new update.
Yeah.
But next week, there's a brand new update.
A new update,
you would get brand new content. So this is...
And for some reason, they'd always make an item super overpowered for like a season and then just patch it. I don't know. I think they like that. Like, a lot of games do that. COD is known for doing that, bro. They will add a gun that's stupid broken and then just patch it with the next update.
Other thing that Fortnite did, they kept their players attached.
Bro, the drum gun was different. I remember. It would literally, you could mow down somebody in like 2 seconds. You can mow down a whole team in like 4 seconds.
Instead of keeping them, you know, pretty distance with content that they, you know, wouldn't really update well. But yeah, fast forward to Season 4. This had so much hype around it.
Was this the one with the live event, the first live event? I remember, bro, because I was watching my mom's car.
I remember this when streamers started blowing up. This when Ninja was
oh my god, yeah, he did a stream with Drake. I remember
popping on Twitch. Like, if you went on Twitch, you were only watching Ninja. There was also, I mean, Dakotas was playing still. There was just so much content. Everyone at school had it.
My first live event was Season 7. Oh yeah, you missed out.
Victories, everyone was. But yeah, man, Season 4 was amazing. The biggest thing in Season 4, though, was definitely the live event. Our very first live event that came out.
Was I playing a game or did I get killed? I'm trying to remember what happened.
That was the rocket launch. The first collab, which was Thanos.
Oh my god, bro. This shit was absurd. Dude, you got the Thanos gauntlet and you killed the whole lobby. Nobody was beating you, dead ass. Man, like, you were cooked, bro. They made this too overpowered. Holy shit, I forgot about this. And he had a laser too, right? There was no point in even trying to fight the Thanos. You would just have to run away. Every time I saw it, I just ran away and prayed it didn't come towards me.
Thanos definitely set the ground point for all the collabs.
The one in Season 8.
I remember
when you could also play the Avengers was better.
And you
yeah, I remember
that. Thanos gauntlet. And this was just new content that everyone kind of enjoyed, and there was just new map changes in Season 4. We had Dusty Divot as well.
I didn't like that. I hated it.
There was just so much changing, but yeah, it was the same game. It felt fresh every time you opened up the game. It was just great. It was honestly, it's a masterpiece. Season 4 was. This was probably one of the best Fortnite seasons as well. But definitely the ground point was this live event with the rocket.
The lunch tables were
because
going
it created
crazy.
lore, and I know that sounds kind of corny, lore, for Fortnite kids game. Yeah, I know.
Nah, Fortnite has some insane lore, but nobody really cares about it now. They had a good story building up, at least in the beginning with live events, but now I don't even know what the lore is, bro.
But yeah, this lore definitely did make the ground point for what Fortnite is today. Fast forward to 2019, a lot of people really didn't like Season 10 or the
Oh my god, the mech! Oh yeah, this is the true downfall, bro. Bruh, you saw a mech and it was over, bro. This was low-key worse than the Thanos gauntlet. You could at least semi-fight Thanos, even though you were probably gonna lose, bro. You could not beat a mech. And you could have somebody else on top in it, right? Nah, stop. I love the mech, bro. The mech was good if you had it. If you didn't have the mech, it wasn't good. Okay? That's basically how it was, okay? And they had it in competitive games. That was the worst part. Dude, I would see gameplay of, like, competitive players. The mech would just destroy everybody's builds and just kill them. It was way too broken. And something like this in this game, in any game, would just be insane. Season 10 could have been elite if it wasn't for the mech. I actually don't remember much. This was, like, the last true season I was tapped into Fortnite. After this, I was cooked.
X or anything that they really added. Competitive started to come up, and a lot of people were enjoying it, but Fortnite didn't have that fresh aspect to it anymore, and it felt like more of, you know, a money grabber because they wanted a lot of players in, and it felt like they didn't really care about the new content, and they didn't listen to the community.
Yeah, it started to get kind of stupid.
Fortnite knew that. I think they knew that probably around Season 8, Season 9. The map was starting to get boring. Everyone had been playing it for almost 2 years, so they came up with something brand new. A brand new map, brand new meta, brand new everything. This was Fortnite Chapter 2. The day the world went silent. Chapter 10 left with a boom. There was a zero.
Oh, was this when the game went black for like 2 or 3 days?
That everyone was sucked into. One of the
yeah, I remember this.
biggest live events that people tune in for, because everyone knew that there would be something.
I remember kids were like crying. They were like, I'm not gonna have Fortnite for 3 days of my life. Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I have nothing else to do. I need to play Fortnite now. Like, buddy, calm your ass down, bruh. Grow up. That was devastating as a kid. I didn't care that much.
New for Fortnite.
I was pissed I couldn't play.
There wasn't anything new.
Clickbait channels went crazy at the time saying Fortnite shut down. There was so much Fortnite clickbait, it was insane. Anything that happened in Fortnite, and then they would just clickbait it instantly, and it would get like 1 million views, like crazy views.
The Fortnite world sucked everyone into this black hole and shot everyone out. The whole map being sucked into this black hole, and it was silent. 3 days. Nothing. No new
3 days. Okay.
content. Just a black screen whenever you'd open Fortnite. Something a game has never done before. And everyone was so confused.
It was a good build-up.
Why would they do this? You can't play the game, you can't do anything. But this created so much more hype. Everyone was so excited to see what was next. Would there be more Fortnite?
No more Fortnite!
Everyone thought that Fortnite was dead. All the 12 and 13-year-olds were going apeshit. Why was there?
Yeah, buddy, time to touch grass. Time to go play at the park with friends.
There, no Fortnite.
Fucking God, bro.
Finally,
Fucking God, bro, my fucking Fortnite. What am I gonna do?
the black hole went away. There was a new update for everyone to download, and it sucked you out of the black hole and transported you into a brand new map, brand new everything, which was Chapter 2, Season 1.
This was probably hype coming back. I was probably hyped to come back. I low-key don't even remember much, though, to be fair.
It felt very bare bones. It felt like just how Season 1 was. Not the exact same, but with a twist. It felt very new,
You just
fresh.
noticed. I low-key did.
Time went on, and honestly, there wasn't any new updates. People were starting to get...
I didn't care in this moment. Like, after this whole thing happened, I was just done with Fortnite. A little bit, I kind of moved on. I think this is the moment a lot of people moved on.
for the future of Fortnite.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus.
Wait, this was before COVID? I thought this was like during.
Coronavirus.
There are fears a rapidly spreading virus has reached Australia.
This is a rapidly emerging situation where there is not a cause for alarm.
I was definitely playing Fortnite in COVID. Fucking peely skin.
Alright, so I think I'm pretty much done. Oh yeah, no, I see you, Space Boy. Alright, so let me see if I can send a sketch over to Elway, so just give me a couple of minutes.
And I'm shocked that people didn't expect this, since there was a global pandemic and Epic Games weren't at their offices, they were all stuck at home. But Epic Games added a lot of new content 2 months later.
Yeah, thank you, Speed.
Introduced us to mythics, new POIs, a lot of new weapons, and just an overall fresh feeling to the game.
I didn't like this.
Again, it didn't feel OG, but still felt fresh. Everyone was playing Fortnite. This was when Fortnite had a really peak player count. Everyone was either playing Fortnite or doing online school. And honestly, online school wasn't that hard. I remember I would just get on, throw my Zoom classes up on my laptop.
I was there. I was playing, but like, yo, I didn't care about this. At this moment, I checked out. That was just me personally. I still played with my friends. I didn't care about the battle pass or anything or the lore or whatever.
That's whenever I got a PC, so I would just hop on my PC and just grind Fortnite. And I didn't even listen to what the teacher was lecturing about. Yeah, it was a great time. COVID was a time for all of us. I think all of us remember just how peak Fortnite was. There was a lot of fashion shows prior when
Oh my god, I remember the fashion shows. Yeah, this shit was hilarious. Why was this even a thing? Like, it wasn't just the same outfits you've seen before. Bro, they used to have fashion shows and people used to get clowned on. People used to get made fun of.
there wasn't any new
Me and my
updates.
friends were there
That's
before.
kind of how the content was. Just the streamers were making the content, not really the developers. But yeah, it was new. It felt great. But after this, once COVID started to go away, the game fell. But why did the game fall so hard? Was it all the collaborations that they were doing? Was it COVID fading away?
I think eventually people started to want to go outside again. And Fortnite felt like an old era.
Was it because everyone was going back to work and school? Honestly, I don't believe that's it at all. I think the main 3 reasons that Fortnite fell so hard and hasn't had a peak since, except for OG Fortnite, but that's different.
Yeah, that
They
was the
brought
biggest
back the original game. First, the storyline. It was too scrambled. Doesn't really make any sense at all. It was too long and it never had an ending, really. The hype is...
They should have made it more simple, bro. They made it so complicated, this type of lore, that. They made it simple for people to follow. People would have liked it.
Second biggest thing. The hype really faded away. A lot of artists stopped playing. And honestly, Fortnite got really lucky in the beginning. Travis Scott, Drake, Juju, and Ninja, they honestly made prime Fortnite. The beginning of OG Fortnite, with all of them playing, they were the ones that created the hype and created the player base. First, I kind of want to start with Epic actually caring. I feel like that they didn't care as much about their player base, and they kind of drove away
what is that
from
pin?
the, you would get on, you didn't have to buy anything, to, they kind of shoved it in your face.
Yeah, now it's just microtransactions. Literally, the biggest hype is when they drop a celebrity skin and people go on and buy it. All the characters done, no fun updates, no memes about like the newest update. The memes I be seeing is like when they add a stupid broken one. Like I remember when they added the Kamehameha. And then like people would just point that shit and annihilate people in like a second. That was absurd, bro. That one was insane. I remember seeing that and I was like, yo, I gotta get on just to use this shit.
Everything kind of felt like a money grab. There was a lot of collaborations because people knew, or Epic Games knew, that people would buy their content. People would buy, when Travis Scott came out, got The Weeknd. He was in there for an eternity, it felt like. What else? Billie Eilish, Metallica, you name it. Anyone. I think they're adding Shaq soon. I don't even know.
Shaq is in everything, to be fair. Shaq got his own gummies I be seeing. Got his own drink.
Last thing is innovation. The biggest
Yeah, it's not
thing
innovative.
is their innovation. The battle pass was something brand new. No one has
Shaq has
ever
3
thought of that.
skins?
That's first. The game
It's probably older than that.
was free to play. No one had ever made a game and put that much effort into it that was free to play. Usually it would just be a shitty little knockoff, or it would be filled with
I wonder what the next big game concept would be. Not game, because we know GTA 6 is going to be like the biggest game for like who knows how long, but like game concept.
ads. But no, Fortnite was completely free, just like any other paid game. And it was optional to purchase items. Also, building was a new innovation to Battle Royale. And Battle Royale was still fairly new. I mean, H1Z1 didn't really have long of a peak. The key takeaway from this, honestly, is the perfection. It wasn't perfect. Fortnite wasn't perfect at all. And no matter how much anyone disagrees with me, I will stand by my point that Fortnite was not perfect. We look back now and we think that it was, but in reality, it all just kind of came together. Fortnite really...
Yeah, it wasn't made like perfect or anything, but it was like the moment we were in. And like it just felt good and fresh.
Really got lucky in the beginning. And yes, they worked hard on the game. Yes, they thought of very innovative ideas. And honestly, I believe there's going to be another peak game just like Fortnite. Maybe not as high of a peak, but definitely something similar. If someone comes up with an innovative idea,
we just miss being young.
Has hype.
I don't even think it's just that, because I mean, you could find older people that played it and they were like, yeah, that was a fun time. Like, you could admit it was a fun time. It was a fun game. A part of it is you being younger and playing it, but in the moment, it was good. It was new. It was fresh. It felt pretty nice. And they lost that innovation, and they couldn't really carry on that innovation anyways. People are gonna grow out of it eventually. It was a good video. Anyways, yeah, if you're watching on the 2, make sure to join the Discord and watch streams.
Subscribe to Tommy NFG.
Oh yeah, so before I move on to the next video, let me just do a little quick check on the list of participants. Oh yeah, I see Ty wants to join in. So let me add in Ty real quick. Oh yeah, let me type in E as well. Yeah, just for no reason. I'm just being random. Alright, so let me start checking. So let's see, Tune Ant is here. Speed is here. Same for Atomic. Carter here. Let's see, Milk the Best is here. Space Boy is here. The same Zane is here. MewSuperKawaii is also here. Total Bravo is here, yes. Exclamus is also here. Same thing for Ty. And last but not least, Epic 9000. Okay, so it looks like the only person that's not here is Carter, so let me just remove him from the wheel, but only temporarily. All right. And let me just grab that other video that Spaceboy sent me. Alright, so is everybody ready for the third spin? me just refresh this real quick. Insert the new link. Beautiful. Oh, I see Tiger Cat wants to join in. Yeah, so let me add in Tiger Cat real quick. Alright, so Tiger Cat has been answered. Alright, so clicking on the wheel in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright, so who's going to be the third lucky winner? And it looks like it's going to be Tune Ant 99. Oh, and also Zane, so you're definitely right about the new sound effect from the wheel. Yeah, so I just heard it. So it's definitely a new one. But honestly, I like it. So let me just put this in the chat. Congrats to the third winner at TuneAnt. And sent. Oh, right, I completely forgot to pin the previous winner. Yeah, so let me do that right now. There we go. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Oh yeah, so there's currently 3 winners. That is correct, Milk. Oh, sorry, Mike the Best. Oh, and of course, I am going to be doing one more sketch request. Yeah, so the 4th one is going to be the last one for tonight. Alright, so let me start playing that video.
How are you? Pounces on you. You're so warm.
Because you two fits where the blue fits.
This is better.
Oh, my knee. I think it's haunted.
Daddy.
Oh.
Honey, I'm pregnant.
I'm gay.
I can explain.
Is this you?
Whoa. Woo. Woo. Ooh, look how much fun I'm having. Woo. Whoa. I'm on a magic carpet ride. Woo. crazy.
Hey, Bobby, play that one about falling down the stairs.
Sure thing, Johnny.
Knife is a knife and he loves his wife.
Oh no, my third wife! She's cheating on me!
I feel like you've been so distant lately.
Knock, knock! Who's there?
Step right up to the birth off. Refuse illegal gambling and pregnant women. Which pregnant woman will squirt one out first? Place your bets and let's find.
When will I ever learn?
He's a magical pony flying to the sky on a map.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
This one's called the Oh No! Oh no.
Hey, buddy, turn that frown upside down. Okay.
Here comes the aeroplane.
Oh, please, no! Roll the cheese!
I steal cheese! You can't catch me!
I love you.
Okay.
What are you, a man or a mouse?
I'm Nimona.
Just as long as it isn't the fish head again.
That ain't right.
I am going to open this door.
Let me just throw together a quick little tasty little pickle McSandwich.
Did somebody say waffles?
That's classified.
I want to speak to your manager.
Hello. Oh. You're leaving me?
Sorry, Eddie. I've met a real man.
Hey, I'm a jet ski!
When I grow up, I want to go to the moon.
Aw, you're not gonna grow up.
And now, Ball Man.
Oh, look, a ball.
I'm Ball Man, motherfucker.
I sure love me some balls. Yeah.
Bro, you ain't right.
Wow! No one's seeing that. The end.
Excuse me, are you gonna eat that?
No. You can have it.
Thank you. Subscribe to this channel right now. Please! I'm desperate.
Good? Okay. No, I told you I looked everywhere. He's not here or there. Those are the two places he's normally at.
Well, I'm sorry that you can't find Pikachu anywhere, Ash. Have you considered if you went outside or not? Hey, wait a second. I swear to God, you sounded way different the last time I saw you.
Yeah, budget increases.
Oh, that's a new one. Budget increase? Man, this show's got such garbage writing.
Okay, we're gonna miss sidetracked. Little buddy Ash, let's go outside and see if we can find your Pikachu, right? Sound good?
Okay.
Hey, wait a second. I see some Pikachus over there.
Wait, but which one's mine?
I mean, I don't know, Ash. You're the one who's owned the Pikachu for 26 seasons consecutively.
It might be this one, or that one.
Why don't you call it out by name? Oh, that's a solid idea. What did you name the Pikachu?
We just, Pikachu. Its name is Pikachu. I liked it.
There's no actual shot, man.
Yeah, I don't really get it either. I mean, it seems super confusing.
I didn't think this would happen, alright? This has never happened to me before.
You just turned this from like a 2 to 3 minute video into like a 5-minute video, man. This is gonna take forever.
You're not really being a big fucking help right now. Can you just help me figure out which one it is?
I mean, you couldn't just give the electric rat a name like Paul or Gary or something?
Why would I name it Gary? Fuck Gary. That guy's a dick.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Gary in this series is like his rival, and it's kind of complicated, so I wouldn't really bring it up.
How the hell is this IP worth $100 billion? Ash, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the one that's yours will just come to you if you call it by a Pikachu then. Just go ahead, call it.
Pikachu, come here, come to me. Oh, god damn it.
Okay, Phineas, come up with something else, man. This isn't working.
Alrighty, Ash, let's try this out. Since the real Pikachu has been such a battle-hardened veteran with you, I doubt that this other Pikachu has anywhere near the attack power that's yours. So, we'll have each of them attack this Jigglypuff, and whoever does the most amount of damage is clearly your own Pokemon. Makes sense to me?
Oh my gosh, I guess I get to see a real Pokemon fight.
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt. Other Pikachu use Thunderbolt. This is the whole thing. This is how it works.
I just saw you use like a nuclear bomb on that little guy. Holy crap!
This is how it's all done. This is the whole point of this.
Is he even alive?
I mean, he's trying to breathe. I don't know.
It means he fainted.
Ash, I think you killed them. I think you killed that thing, dude.
Hey, Ash, buddy, dude, I'd love to help you, man. I really would. I would love to, but I think we're running out of ideas here, and honestly, I don't want to deal with that again. Holy crap!
What the hell?
I have an idea, Ash.
Oh God, man! Your Pikachu defeated my Onix in battle. Maybe if he can replicate it again, we'll know who the real Pikachu is. I'm starting to see the whole violence, the circle of violence thing.
This can only go good from here.
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt. Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Oh my god! Holy shit, Ash! God, that was the wrong one. I can smell charred flesh. All right, Pikachus. There's only one way to determine who's the real Pikachu. You two are going to have to do battle, and the winner will be crowned Ash's real Pikachu.
Why didn't he just like scrap the Pikachu and get like an actual cool Pokemon?
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt. Other Pikachu, use Electro Ball. Go!
Alright, you know what, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's me. It's me, I'm the real one. This is getting really weird. Me and this guy were just talking and chilling.
What the hell is going on around here, dude?
We thought this was cute at first. That fucking Jigglypuff or whatever it is, it's dead.
This is my favorite thing to hear after I waste my entire day.
I'm gonna be so real with you, dude. There's not even just two of us. It's actually a lot of us. This is like it's Parent Trap, except there's like more than two.
I mean, like, why did he just play stupid the whole time, man? Why didn't you just, go back to Ash?
Dude, you have to realize how fucking insane this is. I mean, every goddamn day I'm fighting Charizard, Typhlosion. You have me fighting Onix. He's a fucking rock. I'm an electric. It doesn't work. The game tells you that.
What are you talking about? We're best friends.
Oh, we're best friends? Or what's my name?
By this place's logic, wouldn't you just be Pikachu?
I am Pikachu, but it's just not my fucking name. It's like if I called you White.
What? Your name is Pikachu. That you say it all the time.
No, dude, my name's Clarence. That's Tom back there. Hello. Ethan used to be around. Ethan fucking died.
What?
What do you mean die? I thought Pokemon just, fainted in this universe.
What, you thought Ethan was gonna come back? Groudon stomped on him. His head is smushed. There was fucking his brains came out of his ear. You thought a healing potion would fix that? He's gone.
Wait, you realize how fucking crazy this is, right? He's never this just doesn't happen. He's speaking English right now.
Wow. This really opens my eyes. I mean, not really, but
Yeah, Ferb, Pikachu's just full of shit, dude. That dude was just swapping around with other Pikachus so that way he didn't have to evolve and, you could just be a lazy fuck all the time. What the hell?
Breaking news, ever since they canceled all the Pokemon battles, they sold out and were just making so much fucking money. And the number of court cases affiliated with the copyright infringement of the Pokemon brand is skyrocketed. Thank you, Nintendo, for taking down these useless losers who were just trying to have some fun. In other news, BlackRock is suing United Healthcare for giving too much care to patients after the CEO was murdered. Yep, this is how you find out in this Pokemon video.
Coming live from Star Wars Con, we're going to be watching an exclusive interview with George Lucas and that stupid fat idiot Kathleen Kennedy.
Hello, my Star Wars fans. Great to see you. Great to see you.
Hello, everyone. Great to see you.
Well, let's get this show on the road now, shall we? Me and Kathy here, we're just gonna answer some of your guys' questions. Let's get it started.
Hi, Mr. Lucas and Kathy. It's great to see you guys. This is me and my friend Buford, and we have a couple questions for you guys.
Hey, what's up, George?
Oh, sure, guys. What you have in mind?
Oh, well, my first question's for Kathy. Kathy, why'd you have to ruin Star Wars? You really ruined it, man. And why did you have to add the sequels? And why did you have to add the Acolyte? And why did you have to ruin all of my favorite, IP?
Well, that's a funny joke, little boy. I think a lot of people out here really love the sequels. I don't know if you're joking or not.
Oh, I don't know, Kathy. You just kind of, capitalized on ruining my entire IP that I loved growing up with. If it wasn't for people like Sam Witwer and all those other people that, just kept that shit alive, it would have fallen into the ruins immediately, man. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? You really greenlit the sequels? You really allowed that to happen? You really saw the script? Because you did not, either you didn't look at the script, or you allowed it to happen, which is even worse, man.
Little boy, I don't think you realize, I think a lot of people actually love the movies, so I don't see what the...
Shut up, Kathleen. Nobody liked the movies, okay? You can ask anyone in the audience right now, and nobody would say that that movie is better than the originals or the prequels. Which I'm not saying that they're supposed to, dude, but you could have at least tried, okay? You could have at least looked at some sort of fan material, okay? The expanded universe exists, and you decided to completely ignore it. Like a fucking bozo, okay? You had so much material at your fingertips, and you decided, hey, you know what? We even had a good story there. I'm gonna say it. You guys had a good story right there in the middle of the fucking movie. And you decided, hey, let's not make Finn the the Jedi. Let's make this bum-ass fucking bitch, the Jedi. Oh yeah, let's make her the granddaughter of Palpatine. Also, let's bring Palpatine back. Trail, fuck yourself!
I could probably find a piece of candy or something.
Oh my gosh, we're finally in freaking Vegas, baby!
This video is brought to you in part by Squarespace.
Welcome back to Mecha. You know what? Whatever. I just love talking about Sonic robots. And as we have learned, Eggman has made a lot of bots designed to copy Sonic and his furry friends. But long before Sonic, Robotnik, or anyone else from that colorful cast, there existed a robot who was a far greater imitator than anything Eggy ever concocted. This is a Gizoid, a particular contraption that existed thousands of years in the past, one that would greatly affect the lives of Sonic and company for generations. And strangely enough, his story has only ever been properly told in a spin-off game trapped on the Game Boy Advance. There have been expanded bits and pieces here and there in tales not considered canon to the mainline games, but now it looks like we may have his tale properly expanded in some upcoming media. We will of course cover all of that as it drops, but for now, let's take a look back at what we know about this strange little guy. This is the mystery and tragedy of Emerald, or ML. I'll get back to that later. Now, if you are familiar with this channel and my obsession with Sonic robots, you know I focus on the robots that are actually shaped like Sonic and his friends. And when you look at this half-peeled tangerine, clearly he's bucking that trend. But like I said up front, this particular robot might actually be a better copy than even Metal Sonic, or all of the other metals combined. That even includes that X-Robot we talked about a couple of years ago. Check out that video if you haven't yet, because Tracy Yardley, who designed this guy, originally was going to do more Gizoid-focused designs for the X-Bot. And for good reason, because the little time we've had with Golden Boy here left quite the impact. Emerald took center stage in only one game, Sonic Battle, continuing the proud tradition of Sonic spin-off games having a surprising amount of lore baked into their story mode, and also having psychotic AI in the single-player portion, but that's for another video. At first, I considered Emerald to be a simple blank slate character, a generic canvas for the player to paint a personality onto and pretend that they are running around with Sonic and pals. But this chibi Kamen Rider looking guy actually ties into the history they had been really building up around this time in the franchise, and he had a lot of surprises hiding behind those bug eyes, that closed one especially, and all of those layers would be explored in each new chapter of Sonic Battle. When you start the story mode, they open up with Eggman throwing the bot out, giving the impression that this is another one of his creations that just failed. Frustrated that the robot is holding on to one of his emeralds but not letting it go, kind of like when my original PlayStation 3 just ate up a copy of Folklore and I still haven't managed to get it out yet. I still have that sitting in a storage container somewhere. I wonder if it's like a god now or something. Anyway, this discarded bot would later be discovered on Emerald Beach by Sonic the Hedgehog, where a link would be established. A link is something that this little robot does with a single person, designating them as its master, completely loyal to Sonic or anyone that Sonic commands Emerald to obey. And speaking of the name Emerald, that name was given to the robot by Sonic, named after Chaos Emeralds, something this robot can use not only to power up, but also mature. See, Emerald starts off barely able to string words together, but as he obtains more emeralds, his functions evolve. He learns speech as a human child would, starting off talking like a baby and mimicking phrases to adopting a personality all his own. And that's not the only thing he does. Emerald is also able to copy the abilities of fighters he observes or fights against. And he does that with just about everybody. Just like the adventure games, each chapter focuses on a singular character, with Emerald being the through line, and learning particular skills with each new character he follows around. We even get a better Knuckles training arc than compared to what we got on the Knuckles show. But to be fair, Wade Whipple didn't beat me senseless because this game is so damn hard. Unlike other self-insert characters, we actually got to see Emerald become, well, Emerald, taking on some traits of whatever character he's palling around with. His greatest bond is with Sonic, so the first bits of personality he shows are bits of sass that he parrots from the the blue guy. Same with the moveset. It's rudimentary at first, but obviously inspired by Sonic's skill set, incorporating the iconic spin attack amongst other moves. Emerald also learns the art of evasion with the help of Rouge, a few manners thanks to Amy, a bit of aggression from Knuckles, who also arguably helps the robot set up in power more than anyone else. At least that's how it felt to me, because that chapter was brutal. And as this robot is passed from one character to another, his power and fighting prowess increases. But like I said, a personality begins to form as he mingles with all of these colorful characters. But that's not all that's going on with the robot. It doesn't take us much time to learn that things aren't what they seem with this little guy. Tails and Rouge have a heck of a time accessing Emerald's database. Even with the most powerful computers at their disposal, they just can't keep up with this robot. But we do learn fairly early on that this robot is not an Eggman creation, but the Gizoid did interact with Eggman's infamous grandfather, Gerald Robotnik. But the game doesn't give us the full story right away, only giving out bits and pieces of this mystery. Turns out Eggman threw this robot out because it just didn't respond to any of his commands, but after observing the evolution it goes through as it absorbs emeralds and hangs out with Sonic, the Doctor, of course, regains his interest in the Gizoid. So, using the data he did manage to collect from Emerald, Eggman quickly creates clones of the robot, known as E1215. Or is it Phi? Hang on, I'm gonna check. Okay, yeah, no, I was right. It's Phi. Sorry, I had to double check. I always get in trouble for mispronouncing things. I mean, just showing you just how out of touch I am with music. I kept saying Kid Cudi's name as Kid Cudi. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I just assumed it'd be Cudi. I know it sounds like Cootie, but the other one sounds like Cud. Do you know what Cud is? It's gross. Just a cow chewing on its own vomit. It's disgusting. What was I talking about? The Phi are powered by shards of a broken Chaos Emerald. These, of course, don't really stand much of a chance against the OG Emerald, but these clones do allude to another creation Eggman would concoct down the road. Also gotta admit, it's pretty impressive that Eggman managed to copy such a complex creation so quickly. Yes, it's mostly an excuse to just fluff out the relentless cannon fodder of the game, but we're not here to review that title just yet. Still an interesting tidbit, because I think this might be the first time we learned that Chaos Emeralds can be busted. But hey, the Big Daddy Emerald has already broken twice at this point, so not that surprising. Anyway, for the first half of the game, Emerald acts very childlike, even calling Amy Mom a lot. She treats Emerald as a crash test baby to prepare for parenthood with Sonic. And man, the out of context screenshots you get from this is just fantastic. I forgot who pointed that out to me on Twitter, but thank you, because yeah, they're amazing. Hope this was a real weird time for whoever localized this game. But yeah, Emerald is very much a baby boy right up until his 4th Chaos Emerald. And with the start of Cream's chapter, the roles are reversed, treating the little rabbit like the child she is and acting as a guardian to her, keeping her safe and drying up her tears when she is upset, showing us that Emerald not only has mimicked the fighting moves of Sonic and his friends, but also their compassion and heroism. It's hard not to like the little robot. He's all the best traits of all these characters that we already love, but this also does show us another incredible ability of the robot. After a fight with a Gamma clone, he shows Cream that he can heal. This robot doesn't need repairs from any outside help. He heals like a real living creature, and quickly too, right before Cream's eyes. And then he proceeds to punch the bunny right in the face. Yes, it's just training. This is a fighting game. They need to make every excuse under the sun to have these matchups, but it does play into the personality of the robot. This has been the most consistent quirk of that personality. Even when he could barely speak, it was clear this robot loves to fight. Now, there's not much else that actually happens in terms of the plot when it comes to Cream's chapter, at least when it comes to advancing Emerald's story, but this is still important to note because this dynamic between Cream and the Gizoid would be a central relationship where this little rabbit and other adaptations of this story, and with another robot we will have to talk about another time. For now, back to Sonic Battle. So through most of the game, they've laid it on pretty thick that there's more going on with this Gizoid than anyone actually realizes, at least anyone not named Rouge or Eggman. And to anyone familiar with the character or this era of the games, it should come as no surprise to learn that the plot really kicks off when we get to Shadow's chapter, where Shadow learns that the Gizoid is a legendary weapon, as Rouge describes it anyway. A weapon like Shadow, except the Gizoid is 4,000 years his senior. This robot was discovered by Shadow's creator and Eggman's grandfather, Gerald Robotnik. Shadow is then knocked out for a good chunk of the plot because of a lucky shot by a clone Gamma bot, which explains why he isn't trying to constantly destroy Emerald through the rest of the game's story. So yeah, Sorry, Shadow. Now, something I gotta admit to you guys, I don't know if it's a localization problem or me just not digesting the information properly, but I had a little bit of a challenge telling whether or not Shadow recalls the Gizoid or if he's just acting off the obtained information in the present day of the game. That wasn't exactly clear to me. We do start Shadow's story with voices in his head and hints of memory, so I don't know if that's memories of Maria or her spirit. I'm leaning towards memory because they also clearly show a line from Sonic Heroes when Rouge first discovers him. I don't know. Point is, there is a voice in his head telling him not to let a tragedy of some sort repeat itself. And either way, it is Maria herself that actually ties Emerald and Shadow together. Because while Gerald was not the original creator of the Gizoid, he was still able to tinker with the bot a bit, incorporating the soul of Maria into both Shadow and the Gizoid. Now, he didn't just take an ethereal energy out of his granddaughter and stuff it into a furry and a robot. What he actually did was incorporate free will into both of them, and that was inspired by Maria, if that makes sense. Throughout the different chapters of Sonic Battle, we have seen a growth in Emerald, but here we also see a change in Shadow. Now, there is a bit of debate among fans about where this game might take place in the franchise's timeline, as there are things here and there, specifically with Shadow, that call it into question. But just going by when this game was originally released, that being after Sonic Heroes and before Shadow's own game, simply going by release date, this is still in that brief bit of time where Shadow is still trying to figure himself out after waking up with amnesia. Remember, fans who played this back in 2004 literally were unable to play Shadow's game for all that extra lore that particular game provided. So I'm operating under that logic. And with that considered, and with Shadow watching Emerald grow and sharing a bit of a Martha moment with him, wow, making that joke just now just made me realize how close the name Maria is to Martha. Anyway, after attempting to take the Gizoid down a few times, Shadow ends up having a debate with Sonic, discussing the very nature of the Gizoid, the purpose of his creation, and it's obvious that there's a clear parallel between Emerald and Shadow. He is scared of his own power, scared of his purpose, believing he, like the Gizoid, was only built to be a weapon. But Sonic reminds Shadow that he doesn't have to be only one thing. He does have a choice to be more, and he even sends Emerald off with Shadow to discover more about himself. The two would run into Rouge, come across the notes from Gerald, and we discover quite a few things. We learn about this connection with Maria, and really, in a lot of ways, Emerald is a long-lost brother to Shadow. Still, there are signs of danger present, and the game does give you this bittersweet sense of things to come. See, this whole time, Emerald has been collecting busted pieces of Chaos Emeralds, reforming them and absorbing them, building up his power and maturing him in the process, until he has all but one emerald left to obtain, the one held by Shadow. It's in Shadow's story where, instead of trying to hunt down the little robot, Emerald actually tracks Shadow down all by himself as he's in that debate with Sonic, coldly demanding the last emerald before snapping back to his regular old cheerful self. This all but cemented Shadow's fears. See, earlier on, Shadow himself warned the others to avoid giving Emerald the emeralds, because who knows what he's capable of once he collects all 7. And it's clear in this moment on the beach that some of that old dangerous battle program still resides within the Gizoid. So it's understandable for Shadow to want to take this particular robot out, especially knowing what he knows thanks to his creator, Gerald Robotnik. See, another little thing I failed to mention up to this point, if you beat a character's story a second time through, you can unlock a portion of Gerald's journal entries pertaining to his discovery and research of the Gizoid. It's here where we learn some interesting bits of backstory. First off, Gerald just found this little guy in a warehouse. So yeah, I have no idea where this robot originally came from, but Gerald did also discover a stone tablet detailing some concerning things about the Gizoid. According to Gerald, this robot might be the cause for the destruction of the 4th great civilization. Now, I apologize because I know I'm like 3 layers deep into my tangents, but a quick note here, this might be a bit of a localization error because the English version of the game specifically describes this as the 4th great civilization, but the original Japanese text calls it one of the 4 civilization. This, as other fans have pointed out, probably is referring to one of the cradle of civilization theories, which posits that our civilizations, as we know them, originated in 4 major regions. It's likely that's what this is pertaining to. But Sonic Chronicles took things a step further, saying the fourth great civilization was actually the Nocturnus clan, and Emerald was the most powerful of the Gizoids that they created. But since that's not considered canon to the main game timeline, it's likely this particular origin will be changed. But I'll talk a little bit more about that a bit later. What's important for right now is that no matter how it shakes out, Emerald took out a lot of people in the past and was also a menace on the Ark itself. As once the government forced Gerald to hand over the Gizoid, some scientists who weren't as careful as the good doctor was accidentally sent this robot on a rampage all over the space colony Ark. It did eventually get contained and ended up stored somewhere until Eggman tracked it down, but the robot proved to be a danger in the distant past and during the era of Project Shadow. In fact, going by these journals, it sounds like shutting down Project Shadow might have been a direct response to the Gizoid's rampage. So Emerald here might have unintentionally been indirectly responsible for the death of Maria. They don't really get into that much detail in the game itself, but that is pretty clearly implied in the journals. But anyway, Gerald did manage to get a lot of information and got a lot of tinkering done with the Gizoid before they parted ways. The doctor quickly discovered this robot had more data than any of his tech could handle. Same problem Tails ran into. But he also learned that this robot not only mimics fighting techniques, but can absorb weapons. It has a limit to how many powers it can pull out at once, at least when it's not at full power. But even without all the emeralds, the Gizoid is accumulating a whole lot of data, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of limit to it. And unfortunately, this is so advanced that Gerald wasn't able to completely remove the programming that compels the Gizoid to demolish everything. So instead, Gerald attempted to reroute those programs and put all that energy to good use, giving Emerald the ability to have his own free will, make his own choices, even managing to install a failsafe command that would allow Emerald to regain control if he were to ever obtain all the Chaos Emeralds and achieve this ultimate form. And if all else fails, there is a self-destruct in the code if things go completely out of hand. But that was only a last resort, and that was a very sweet moment between Rouge and Shadow, because apparently Shadow might have a self-destruct in him as well. But as Rouge points out, Shadow doesn't use his power selfishly, and Gerald understood the potential danger of the Gizoid, but it's still clear he respected the technical marvel that it was. And unlike his grandson, who only saw Emerald as a means to conquer the world, Gerald saw technology so advanced he knew it was capable of taking on a life and personality all its own. No, he couldn't get rid of the dangerous weapons, but he could at least give Emerald the choice to pull the trigger, and he did the same for Shadow. As Rouge explains to both of them, Gerald was never interested in creating weapons of war. He wanted to benefit mankind with his creation, but the government wasn't going to allow that. So if he was going to create weapons, he would at least do his best to impart the most important thing onto them: humanity. That's what he did with Shadow. And while he didn't create Emerald, the Doctor still did his damnedest to give him a heart. With all of that information now known to Shadow, and having seen all the connections the robot has made with Sonic and the others, while reflecting on his own life, it's pretty clear that Emerald has decided to go down a righteous path. But he won't be completely free of that initial programming without a trigger phrase programmed in by Gerald. And that can't be properly activated until Emerald has collected all of the Chaos Emeralds, which would give him the potential to unlock his ultimate form. And that is a huge risk to take. Yes, they could give Emerald the chance to be his own complete person, but it's also giving him the capability to completely destroy the world if he so chooses. But Shadow has already gone down this journey, and armed with all of this knowledge, even knowing the potential of the Gizoid, Shadow hands over the final Chaos Emerald to Emerald. And it's such a cool moment. You can tell that he does believe in Emerald, but Shadow is ready to throw down if need be. It's awesome. And once the final emerald is absorbed, Shadow shouts out the command phrase, which are the final words of Maria Robotnik: bring hope to humanity. and nothing happens. Well, okay, that little third eye on his head opens up, but outside of that, yeah, the command phrase works, allowing Gerald's program to complete, giving Emerald a life all his own. But with all of that finally settled, Shadow still wants a fight, not with the intention of destroying Emerald, but simply out of curiosity. He wants to see how these two match up. The story started off with Shadow seeing Emerald as a threat, but here, even the Black Hedgehog has been won over, sparring against his stepbrother Robot. After their little tussle, even though things seem to be all good, the game gives this looming tone, like something's not quite right. And Shadow tells Emerald to track down and face off against all of his other friends before challenging him to a rematch. And yeah, I mean, everything is pleasant, but there's a sense of finality to all of this. All of the fake Gizoids are gone, and as Emerald tackles each of the cast members, they comment on how much Emerald has grown and how there's nothing left for them to teach the robot. And when Emerald returns to Shadow, the Gizoid has to take on not only him, but Sonic as well. And the robot ends up victorious, showing just how capable the Gizoid is now that he's apparently tapped into his full potential. Shadow's story ends on a surprisingly sweet note, not something you'd expect from this particular hedgehog. And that should be that. At this point, you have completed every story for the core game cast, but one more story unlocks. No, it's not for Supersonic or anything like that. This one is for Emerald himself. In this final chapter, Eggman has completed his Death Egg. Yeah, that makes a return. There's a surprising amount happening in this game, and the cast agrees to let Emerald be the one to head up to face the Doctor. Tails has this teleporter thing with limited charges, something like that. Point is, they can only send up one person at a time, so the robot gets to go and finally get the chance to confront and defeat the man who started him down this path. And Emerald thanks him for it. Without Eggman awakening the Gizoid, he never would have found his sense of self and make all of these friends. But Eggman had another trick up his sleeve. See, the entire game, he's been plotting, putting together an incredibly powerful weapon for his space station, with the intention of setting it off in front of Emerald. Yeah, there was another very important thing I have skipped over until this point. Something you might have skipped yourself, even if you had unlocked all of Gerald's notes up to this point, and that is the nature of the Gizoid's link. As I said up front, the Gizoid is programmed to make a link with a master, once that master has proven their power. But if there is another that displays an overwhelming power that surpasses what was previously witnessed, the Gizoid will break the link with its current master and establish a new link with a more powerful master. And that was Eggman's plan once he learned Emerald was up and running, allowing Sonic and friends to collect the Emerald so Eggy could get this ultimate ancient weapon right here to witness the final Egg Blaster destroy a cluster of stars, which is an insane amount of power if you know how big stars are. Well, the idea worked a little too well. The power was just too much, causing Emerald to completely snap, overloading and going into that ultimate state, more powerful than the robot had ever been before, completely reverting to its original violent intention, shoving Eggman aside and turning the blaster towards Earth. Without any other course of action to take, Tails teleports Sonic up to the Death Egg to take on Emerald, recreating the tragedy on the Ark all those years ago. And despite the help of all 7 Chaos Emeralds, all the abilities absorbed not just by the cast, but by generations of learned combat and weaponry, Sonic pulls through in this intense battle, taking down Emerald. The hope was that once enough damage was caused, they could snap their friend out of this violent state. But as you can imagine, in a fight so intense, the damage was just too great, and Gerald's final bit of programming has kicked in. Despite this being just a few sprites spitting dialogue back and forth, the death of Emerald is a fairly powerful one when it comes to the Sonic franchise. And I think, ironically enough, it's those final moments that really show us just how alive Emerald was. He's confused, afraid. He can feel pain. He sputters broken sentences. He asks, "Am I going to die?" And even after accepting his fate, even after thanking Sonic and having the chance to see everyone one last time, he says he doesn't want to go. Emerald didn't come up here with the intention of dying. He wasn't trying to do some noble sacrifice or anything like that. He just lost control and he paid the price. And now he lays dying. It really wouldn't be that far off from Tails dying in Sonic's arm. And speaking of, Emerald mentions all of his friends one by one, asking if Tails had gotten any stronger and telling Sonic not to tease Knuckles too much for being gullible.
Alright, so I'm all done.
Well, it's easy to joke about how weird it is to use...
Oh yeah, so Tonette, if you're still there, what do you think?
When he mentions Amy, he once again calls her mom. And I gotta tell you, I stopped laughing at that point. He is...
Oh, and right now I'm just checking out the chat. And yeah, thank you everybody for the nice compliments.
And it was. Emerald doesn't break down, shut down,
Sweet.
go into hibernation.
Alright, so let me send this sketch over to you, Tonette. As always, just give me a few minutes.
They don't give us an after credits fake out. They don't go on a quest to rebuild him. Any excuse they could use because, hey, it is a robot after all. You can get away with doing whatever you want. They didn't do that. They treated him like a real living being. This isn't a broken toy. This is a death of a loved one. And I gotta tell you, I feel kinda silly not having beaten this game until now. It just frustrated me way too much back in the day. But in terms of Emerald's story, there's a lot here that provides so much context for future adaptations. And retroactively, it makes me respect the IDW Sonic series that much more. If you've watched my speed readings, I do point out how often Sonic treats robots like living, breathing creatures. I did logic it away with comparisons to other characters, but here, with the passing of Emerald, it really hits this point home. Also helps that we get a clone of another Sonic robot that made a lot of fans cry, but we will have to wait for another video before we talk about the bird and the bot. But Emerald, while not mentioned a whole lot going forward outside of the occasional reference or Mii costume, did mark a change in how these characters interact with robots going forward, outside of Amy, of course. But again, we will talk about all that another time. After playing through this game, I can better understand a Sonic that would reason with Shadow about Mr. Tinker. They have almost the exact same kind of debate here in this game. And I can understand why Sonic would try to give Metal Sonic of all robots a chance to be his own person. And this certainly informed how the cast would interact with Gemerald in Sonic Advance 3, who went down almost the exact same path as his predecessor, but managed to be saved and redeemed by the end of it all. Because you better believe Sonic would not allow this to happen a second time. I said it up front, and I've said it in other videos, I'm not a fan of self-insert characters, obvious avatars for the players to fanfic their way through. Sonic Forces did just that, and it's not for me. And Emerald is very much that in concept. It's a blank slate robot that you can customize as you see fit. Put some fun colors on him, maybe trade around some moves with friends, and they slot him into a story that he could easily be yeeted out of by the end of it. And they do just that. But man, Sonic Battle showed me the right way to do a customizable character mixed into your narrative. They really went above and beyond to give a backstory and personality to this guy, justifying the customizable abilities and the blank slate nature and weaving it into the narrative and even adding it to the sacred lore that is Shadow the Hedgehog. Hell, the game sees the return of Gamma, Chaos, the Death Egg, the Master Emerald, which breaks again. Oh my god. It establishes that the Chaos Emeralds can be broken. It's just wild how much is going on here, and it all revolves around Emerald. I'll do a more thorough dive into the pacing of Sonic Battle's story in a more dedicated video about the game itself, but I'm probably not alone in thinking it's a shame that we did not get some of these more powerful moments expressed through a CG cutscene or something more grand than this. I mean, the sprites don't even play out any of these scenes. It's the same static character art with dialogue boxes, but those limitations force the dialogue to really carry this story. It's not the deepest thing in the world, and there are more than a couple of hiccups I noticed in the localization, but overall the story really goes way beyond what I would expect from a game like this, and for a character like this. I do really think that Emerald's story ended the best way it could have. It wasn't a twist I was expecting. It takes a lot of courage to kill off what was essentially the main character of the game. And you know what? but it was even more courageous not to give Sonic the entire focus through this entire game. Sure, his name is on the box, and in the end, he was the one who had to save the day, but make no mistake, this was Emerald's tale through and through, and I'd argue that this was one of Sonic's most badass moments as a character. Difficulty spikes and janky AI aside, having the Hedgehog go up against a robot he sees as a friend, hell, a robot he helped raise, a robot who proved that he could take Sonic down, and now has the power of all 7 Chaos Emeralds and thousands of
Alright,
years
so
of combat
looking at
data
the
behind
time,
every
I
attack,
definitely have some
all while trying
time
to
for
stop
one
a
more
death
sketch
egg that's
request.
about to blow up the world, which,
So
by the
let me
way,
just
is
bring
the
back
first
the
time
rules,
that
the
stupid thing
wheel.
has ever
Oh, and of
actually
course,
been
since
told to do
TuneIn
anything
already won,
threatening in
let me
these
just
games.
remove them
Yeah,
from
I
the
love
wheel.
S3K, but we don't actually know what the death egg does. But anyway, yeah, this ranks as
And
one of
just
the
to be
coolest
sure,
final fights in any Sonic game.
J.
It's
Corey.
heartbreaking, it's badass, it's powerful, and it was nice to see Sonic have to prove his worth as a hero, fighting against the very
Oh no, you were
usually
right.
helps him skirt
Yeah, so
out
I
the win.
actually I
At the
thought
end
I
of
already
almost
added you,
every
but
other
yeah, no,
finale,
you're
but
definitely
that
right. I
fight
don't see
could've
you
worked as
on the
well as
wheel.
it did because of how well they
Yeah, so let me take
intertwined
care of
the
that for you.
simple, cute robot into
Yeah,
Sonic's
my
story.
bad, dude.
Emerald is the perfect balance between a player-created character and an important cast member in his own right. It really reminds me of Commander Shepard in that way. Hey, maybe BioWare should make a Sonic. Oh, right. Still, like I said, it would have been cool to see this story played out in a proper
Hey, Almaris.
cutscene or something like that. And apparently, Sega
Yeah,
thought
welcome
so
back.
too.
And
Kinda,
yes,
because we
there will be
could
one
see a
more
massively
sketch
truncated
request.
version of Emerald's story in Sonic X. Oh, sorry, I mean ML. 4Kids goofed that up somehow, and throughout the entire English dub, they
Alright, so
called it ML,
Jukuri has
which
been
was very
answered, and
distracting.
same for Almaris.
I'm gonna keep it very, very brief here. Emerald shows up, randomly waking up thanks to Bokun in a warehouse, but to be fair, the game itself was pretty vague on where Eggman actually found this guy. They teased the dangerous nature of the robot having to power a tank to take on Sonic, only to escape and be taken in by Cream and Vanilla. And from there,
Okay, so let me just do a quick check.
showing signs of his potential when he randomly copies Sonic, but things don't come to a head.
Oh, and
until the
yes, I
team
still don't see
adaptation
Carter
of
back,
Battle,
so
which is it's just a parody tournament arc for the most part until it gets very serious at the end, where he wins the tournament, absorbs the red Chaos Emerald, and snaps, only to be taken down by Cream and Cheese, which, hey, is a pretty hardcore moment for the little rabbit, but it also feels a little insane that Sonic is just letting this child basically put down her own dog. And shout out to Stevie, she watched this with me and said that Cream old yellered Emerald. If there was any sadness I was going to feel in this moment, it was drowned out by my own laughter. Also, yes, Emerald drowns, letting out an oil tear, which was edited out in the 4Kids dub, probably because oil spills.
alright, so let me start checking.
This sucks.
So speed is here. Same for Atomic. Let's see, Milk the Best is here. Same thing for Space Boy. The same Zane is here. MewSuperKawaii is also here. Milk Cannon 8K is here. Going down the list, Total Bravo is also here. Exclamus is here. Epic is here. Let's see, Tycorn Artist. Yep, Tycorn Artist is also here. Tigercat 919 is. Oh, I don't see them here. Hey, Tigercat, if you're here, just ping me or send me a message here in the chat. And let's see, J. Corey is here, and last but not least, Almaris. Yes, Almaris is still here.
Piercing teal eyes appear in the teaser for the Dark Beginnings animation. We only got a brief glimpse, but man, even if Emerald is only here for a brief battle, hopefully that's not the case, but even this tease is so much more of what I wanted for this character. And who knows, maybe they'll even answer some questions in these episodes. Now, this portion of the video might age like milk, but while we still have a little bit of time before Dark Beginnings drops, this could be an opportunity for us to finally learn a little bit more about the backstory of Emerald, now that we know that Sonic Chronicles is not considered part of the mainline game canon. That's not to say that the story of Sonic Chronicles
Cool, yeah, I see that Tigercat is back.
All the different canons of Sonic.
Alright, so is everybody ready for the last and final spin for tonight?
I
just don't want to play through that game again right now, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have the time, I don't have the patience, and I don't have fond memories of that game. I'll have to do it for more Ken Pender's crap anyway. Just your boy
All right.
so much at once.
Oh, and of course, since this is the last spin, let me just increase the spin time from 30 seconds to 60 seconds to make things more suspenseful and exciting.
But with one cannon erased, that does give us an opportunity for a new
All right, so clicking on the wheel in 3, 2, 1, and best of luck to everybody.
There has to be some sort of connection between the Gizoid and the ancients introduced in Sonic Frontiers. The Gizoid does harness Chaos Emerald,
All right.
which the ancients built their
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea who's going to be the next winner, but I'm not going to jinx it.
So yeah, on a surface level,
So we'll just have to wait and see.
Now, why the ancients would create an ultimate weapon, that I don't know. Again, they might not touch on that at all. Dark Beginnings is about Shadow's story, not Emerald's. But I'd imagine that Gerald's notebook that's been teased for the pre-order for the release of Sonic X Shadow Generations will at least clarify some points we saw from his diary in Sonic Battle. I'm sure there's going to be a retcon here or there, as fans already feel that Shadow finding Emerald contradicts things we have learned in Sonic Battle, but Shadow's memory was sketchy, and the localization wasn't exactly perfect. Both Shadow and Emerald were on a journey of self-discovery around this time in the franchise, certainly in Battle. You can very easily explain things away with amnesia, because I still believe Battle takes place before Shadow's game. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit carried away with the theorizing here, but Emerald's presence alone tells
Oh wow,
us
so close too. But yep, it looks like the next and final winner is MewSuperKawaii. Yeah, congrats. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Milk Cannon AK was gonna take that win. But yeah, so once again, the fourth and final winner is MewSuperKawaii.
Shadow into being just a little guy at some point in his life on the arc. Who knows, maybe Shadow is based off a scrunchier black hedgehog that Gerald met down on the planet. I don't know, you could do fun crap like that. I'm getting away from the point of the video, I'm so sorry. We will get there when we get there, and regardless of what Dark Beginnings shows us, it doesn't change how important Emerald was with what we already got. This robot encompasses so much of what adventure fans wanted. Did you feel that Shadow's story was better if he had...
Oh yeah, take care, Milk. I mean, Mike the Best. Yeah, this is like the second time I messed up. Yeah, my bad, my bad.
I personally am glad I did this video.
Oh yeah, sure thing, Space Boy. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll see you there too.
More impressed with this robot than I ever expected. At this point, I do think they would cheapen the story of Emerald if they ever did resurrect him. I don't want him to come back, but I would love to see his journey to Sonic Battle. And I would love if they revisited Sonic Battle in some form, because there is a lot here. And you know what? I just need to make a video about that game soon. There is so much more to say. But for now, that is everything I have to say about Emerald. Except for the color, is he more of an orange or a yellow, or... I'm just kidding, he's obviously a deep yellow with some orange accents here and there. Tails is orange.
Before we wrap up for today, I want to take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Jumping online and building up your own brand was always an intimidating thing for me, but Squarespace makes that a streamlined, fast, and easy process, all while making you look good thanks to their Fluid Engine, a next-generation website design tool that lets you...
Oh yes, I'm just gonna step away from my computer since I've been sitting here for like how many hours? Oh yeah, 2 hours and 14 minutes. But yes, I'm just gonna like get up from my chair and just start moving around and stuff. Yeah, but I'll be right back in about 5 minutes or so.
That help show you the strongest avenues of growth and help you build up marketing strategies, which include integration with your favorite social media networks. And they can even help you set up an online shop to sell and distribute custom merch. All you have to do is design it and they'll handle production, inventory, and shipping. Really doesn't get any easier than that. And to make it just a bit easier, if you use my link, squarespace.com/gameapologist, you'll get 14 days for free, which is plenty of time to see if this is right for you. And when you want to make a purchase, that same link will get you 10% off your first order. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring the video.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoy videos like this, and this is your first time here, well, bud, tell you what, I got a whole lot of crap just like this. Go peruse. Go have a good time. If you could give a like or subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I try to say subscribe a little bit differently. I thought it'd be cute. Maybe that would convince you. Maybe you're like, oh, that little rascal. Oh, there you go. I'll hit that button for you. Gosh, I'm a YouTuber. We gotta try everything we can. I'm sorry. Anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, you've already done me a massive, massive favor. Thank you so much. Even if you didn't agree with things I said, you want to pick a fight in the comments or something like that, I can be a bit combative sometimes, but man, I do appreciate other passionate Sonic fans, so go off, you crazy kids. If you do want to help support me,
Sonic the Hedgehog has spent years fighting the forces of Dr. Eggman. Time and time again, the Mad Doctor attacks. Sonic strikes back, then relaxes until Eggman returns. But after their last battle, Dr. Eggman vanished. But his robot army did not.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look good. Sounds like the locals are putting up a fight. Hope they don't mind me lending a hand. Run! Get to the storm bunker! Huh? Hey, you hurt? Not really. You're Sonic. The one and only. Here you go. Try swinging it at the robots next time. I knew somebody who put it to good use. You're the Sonic. Maybe get inside, buddy. Nice chat. Need to save your town. Bye. Okay. Sweet. The town militia. Bot's coming in from the north. You've got a guy holding his own out there.
Okay, we're on it. Hurry up, they're closing in.
I'm trying, it's stuck.
All this terror might be worth it if I get to say Sonic winked at me.
I hope we survive long enough to get his autograph.
Oh, hey, another hammer guy. I liked the earlier one better. Where you going? Come on, big guy. Swing, bada, bada, bada. Swing? Yep, okay. This one's on me. Hedgehog, noun, a burrowing animal. Whoa, you guys can really move when you want to. Tails!
Could you not risk your life for 5 minutes?
Sure, but where's the fun in that? Seriously though, thanks for the save.
My pleasure. What's the status of the town?
A bunch of small fry badniks. I took care of most of them, and the town's militia can handle the rest. Those super badniks are another story.
Those are better left to the professionals.
Let's show them how it's done.
This would be going a lot faster if we had Knuckles with us.
Nah, we're doing fine.
The remaining robots are making a run for it.
We can't risk them attacking another town. You cut them off. I'll handle the super badnik.
On it!
They're almost out. Come on, Tails, hurry up.
Oh, ye of little faith. Well?
Expertly done. Bonus points for dramatic timing.
Thank you, thank you.
Another day saved thanks to Sonic and Tails. These rogue robots are more like pests than anything.
Normally, I'd agree. But this was a much more coordinated attack, at least compared to anything we've seen lately.
Really? I hadn't noticed. Okay, fine. The egg hammers were new to the mix.
That's not what I mean. After we beat Dr. Eggman and his forces, we broke the Eggman Empire's control over our world. The Badnik army remained, but not as a unified threat. Any attack seemed more like accidents than aggression. But today, unified troop movements, super badniks being deployed, setting up ambushes? Something is making Eggman's army more cohesive.
Points taken. Do you think Eggman's back?
Without so much as an angry vlog? No way! After that last defeat, he'd make sure we knew he was back. The lack of fanfare is spooky.
In that case, I'll just keep doing what I've been doing. Those badniks are a threat to everyone, organized or not. I'll keep traveling around, smashing everyone I see.
Yeah, but if they're getting orders from someone...
Then it'll make it more fun.
Just be careful, okay? If you get caught off guard again, get hurt...
Hey, sure, we've had some close calls, but we've come out of it fine in the end, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I'll be careful, I promise.
Okay, thanks, Sonic.
If you're so worried, you can always come with me.
Yeah, just like old times, and... There's too many badnik gangs out there. You'll find them faster on your own. I'll stay here and help the locals rebuild their town.
You're a class act, buddy. We'll bash bots some other time.
Deal!
So, he survived the first trial. Unsurprising. Deploy a battalion to the nearest town. You'll be drawn to it like a moth to a flame. Make sure word of Sonic's latest success reaches the Resistance. I want to crush both hedgehogs in one strike.
Next time, can love hammer it out on the battlefield?
Not a bad race, big guy, but there's no way I'm letting you trample that town.
Alright, I'm back. And yeah, sorry for the hold up. Yeah, so Mew, let me just start checking out your idea. Oh, and of course I'll respond back to your messages on Discord.
Ta-da! That was so cool! Thank you, thank you.
I thought we were goners.
How do you move like that?
Look out! Run!
Huh? You're getting sloppy, Sonic.
Amy, fancy meeting you here.
I heard about what you and Tails did in the neighboring town and hurried over. I just knew you'd stop by here.
Huh, word travels fast. Never mind. Looks like things are under control here. Thanks for the save. Later.
Sonic, wait! I came out here specifically to find you.
I know. It's kind of your thing.
Not like that. I mean, I'm always happy to see you and would follow you anywhere if you'd only let me, but... Oh, you get me so flustered. Sonic, I need you to come back to the Resistance.
Come back? I thought you were all doing cleanup now that the war's over.
That was the plan, but we didn't account for just how large the Eggman Empire's army was. The leftover robots are everywhere. Even without Eggman to lead them, they're constant threats.
Oh yeah, let me see what Major Key says here. So what Sonic channel is this? I believe it's called Adrenaline Dubs. Let me see if I can type it in the chat for you all.
Oh, for the love of... Why?
Tails pointed out something that's been bugging me. That last group of badniks we faced was way more organized, but Eggman hasn't shown up to claim responsibility. Subtlety is not his forte. And now you just happen to hear about where I am, right in time for another super badnik to attack right where we're both likely to be.
Yikes, I hadn't thought of that. Then it's all the more reason for you to come back to the Resistance.
No, it's all the more reason for me to hit the...
But yeah, honestly, that channel is amazing. Yeah, because the voice acting that they do for the characters, especially for like Sonic, Tails, and Amy, yeah, a lot of those voice actors do a phenomenal job in capturing their character.
I mean, an army invading from the west.
The Crabbot was a decoy.
We've got to stop the invasion before the city is overrun.
I'll run ahead and thin them out.
Do you have any kind of defenses?
We turned the town hall into a bunker of sorts during the war.
Take me there. Get all the unarmed inside. If you can fight, rally to me. Get to the upper floors. Don't fire until the badniks have entered the square.
Whoops.
Not everyone is accounted for.
Pair up. Go door to door and bring back no more than 10 at a time. Keep low and check your corners.
You're too slow.
Incoming. Get ready.
Dang it. I let too many get past me.
Now.
thought Knuckles was the commander of the Resistance.
Oh, he commanded all right. But who do you think kept things organized?
Nice. So what's the plan?
This is a good defensible position, and the militia is placed well, but...
Too many badniks?
Too many badniks. We'll be overrun. We need to find where they're coming from and thin their advance so the villagers can stand a chance.
Shall we?
Let's. Whee! Isn't this fun?
Oh, yeah!
You know, you could do this sort of thing all the time with the Resistance.
Nope.
Oh, come on!
I already told you what I'm gonna do.
You didn't even consider coming back.
I don't need to. I already know what works best for me.
Well, what about what works best for the rest of us?
I'm no good at figuring that stuff out. You are. So you do your thing and I'll do mine.
If you won't do it for the Resistance, do it for me?
Behind you. Can't play favorites.
Then do it for your friends? Egg Pond's closing in. 30 feet.
They've got you, remember?
Do it for a chili dog?
Ooh, now you're talking.
Seriously?
Yo, enemy dropship just outside the village. Looks like it still has plenty aboard.
That's not good. There's no way we can get through that crowd.
Conventionally, no. I think it's time for a croquette bomber.
From this distance, you are a daredevil. Huh? Are you okay?
You knocked me right onto the power cell. What a shot.
That's it for the invasion. I guess you'll be going then?
Yep, it's what I do. Just keep moving, doing good, saving folks, and living as free as the wind. Living by my way. My own way.
Oh yeah, I'm still collecting those references.
I am?
It's just who you are.
Thankfully, I'm almost done.
I love you. I can't change you. I don't want to change you.
Well, it's not like it's all or nothing. You could come with me.
I can't. The Resistance needs me to keep everything in order. I've been away too long as it is. But if you don't mind some direction, Knuckles went to investigate a town to the south. I haven't heard from him, so he might need your help.
Aye aye, Captain Commander Rose, ma'am.
Don't make me slap you.
Another failure. I do not account for how much Amy Rose has grown. And now Sonic is deviating from my projected path. How frustrating.
On the bright side, boss, here's what he's charging headlong towards.
Perhaps they will finish him for me.
Next time, knock knock, it's Knuckles!
Are you okay? Are you okay? Sonic, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Sonic? You are dead. I can't do Amy.
On the bright side, boss, look what he's charging headlong towards. That's not the line, is it? I screwed up.
Oh shoot! For once I'm too late. Looks like Knuckles hogged all the fun. Yo, Knux! Save any for me?
Sonic! Long time no see. What brings you out here?
I ran into Amy in the next town over. She said you were looking into trouble here. I thought I'd lend a hand. You know, you're awfully far away from the HQ, Commander Knuckles.
Ugh, don't remind me. It was more interesting when we were fighting to save the world. Now that we're focusing on rebuilding, it's all scheduling and inventory and... I've got no patience for it. I'm ready to get back to Angel Island and go on a good old-fashioned treasure hunt.
I hear ya. Amy tried to get me to enlist full-time.
Huh, you? She should have known better.
So what's going on here?
This town is a hub for Wispin distribution. The shipment suddenly dried up, so I came to see why. Hey! I'm the commander of the Resistance! I took out all of Eggman's robots! Let me in!
Sorry, sir, but I'm under orders not to open the gates to anyone.
Says who?
I can't say. Ah!
The badnik attacks have been getting more aggressive lately. Maybe that's what's got them spooked?
I don't think so. Something else is going on.
You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't be here.
Why? Whatever's wrong, we can fix it.
No, you can't. They took all the wisps and wispins. Without those wispins or a way to power them, we don't stand a chance. They're unstoppable now.
They who?
Listen, buddy, you just watched my friend here solo a super badnik. We can handle ourselves. Start from the beginning. What's up?
True enough. Okay. Just before the war ended, a couple of mercenaries showed up. They were ferocious. They drove back Eggman's forces and saved the town. They said they were going to improve our defenses. But what they really did was take our arsenal and took us prisoner within our own town. Now we have to do everything they say, we have no way to fight back, and we can't escape with all the robots stalking outside the wall.
Well then, I think we need to take our complaints straight to the management. Eh, Nux?
Absolutely.
Where can we find these clowns?
They turned the supply depot into a fortress, just down the road on the right. You can't miss it.
Cool, sit tight. We've got this. Yo, I found the wisps!
Just before he went solo, Tails gave us the cipher for the Wisps' language. We asked for their help in fighting Eggman. They volunteered happily, even choosing to wait in deployment pods like these for when our troops could enter an area. But these guys are being hoarded. This is inexcusable.
Hang tight just a little longer. We'll free all of you.
Huh?
Nice one, idiot!
Yeah, now go get us another round before we beat some sense in you.
Wow, they make the hooligans look like class acts.
I'm gonna break them in half.
Steady, let's take this one slow. Give the villagers a chance to get out of the line of fire.
Right, then I'll break them.
Hey! Tweedledum and Tweedledummer! I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. Maybe you've heard of me? This is Knuckles the Echidna, commander of the Resistance. You guys are guilty of theft, extortion, kidnapping, and being grade A jerks. So you can either come along quietly, or we're gonna get loud.
Who said you could come to our town, huh? Who said you could ruin our fun?
Yeah, we've heard of you, hero, but you clearly ain't heard of us.
You looking to scrap?
Then get ready to crumble.
Brace yourselves for Rough and Tumble.
Oh no, I was not prepared for this.
Careful, Sonic. They're highly coordinated.
Oh, Knuckles, you're the salt of the earth.
Whatever. Let's get them. Huh?
Stink bomber! What?
Come on, bro. We ain't done yet.
Ugh. You okay, dude?
I'm fine.
No more messing around.
Say your prayers, chumps! Okay, that might be a problem.
I'll distract them. You grab a wispin of your own and...
No, I can do one better.
I'm really sorry for using that specific sound effect. If you didn't see a problem, don't worry about it. But those who did, I greatly apologize.
Wisps! It's me, your old buddy Sonic! I saved your planet from Dr. Eggman, remember? A bunch of you chose to stick around on this world. You helped me on Lost Hex. You helped the Resistance fight the Eggman Empire. I know fighting isn't your thing, but you've proven you're all powerful and brave. Don't let these jerks boss you around. They need you to bully everyone, but you don't need them.
Yeah. Huh? Come on, come on, come on.
What are you getting this thing right now?
The tables have turned.
They've certainly bumbled. It's butt kick time for Rough and Tumble.
No, no, no.
That's our thing. You can't do our thing.
You did it! How can we ever repay you?
Serve up some chili dogs and we'll call it even.
What's it saying?
No idea. I don't have Tails' translator handy. Oh, I get it now. It's saying the Wisps plan to stick around and help you guys defend the town.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hope you enjoyed it while it lasted.
You two are gonna be locked up for a long time.
The little cells won't hold us for long. We'll be out, and then we're coming for you.
You've made lifelong enemies of Rough and Tumble.
Thanks for the help. Not that I needed it.
Nah, but you didn't share the badniks outside. You owed me this.
Hopefully this is the start of things settling down. I really do miss home.
I wouldn't mind a vacation myself. First, we gotta figure out who's controlling Eggman's leftover badniks. But before that, we party!
So, Knuckles is still playing hero, the surface. That means Angel Island is unguarded. The Master Emerald is prone. That will accelerate my plans considerably.
Next time, Sonic tangles with a new hero, and another returns in a blaze of glory!
Go! Just go!
Whoever's organizing Eggman's robots is really stepping up their game. I hope I'm not too late. It's gonna be tough fighting off this army on my own. Maybe Amy was right. I could use the Resistance's help on this one. Huh? Then again, the Resistance isn't already here. Maybe word hasn't reached them yet? In that case, if I was with them, I never would have known about this attack. No time for second guessing. Bash the bots, save the town, keep it simple. Somebody's here?
Woo! And ow. Woo and ow.
Watch your back.
Whoops, thanks. Welcome to my hometown. Sorry for the mess. We've got a bit of a robot problem.
Problem? What problem?
You're sweet not to notice. Nice one. You're a natural. Do this a lot?
You could say that. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, sweet. Always wanted to meet you. Tangle the lemur.
Charmed.
Likewise. I've been fending off the odd race for a while now, but this is nuts. Pull!
Yeah, the random gangs are starting to get organized. Don't know why. I'm looking into it.
I don't suppose you're the advance guard for the Resistance?
Pretty sure they're all busy with similar attacks elsewhere.
Lovely. So, split them 50-50?
If you can keep up, sure.
Whoa.
Aw, yeah! Hey, Blaze!
Sonic, you are here. I assume these are Dr. Eggman's robots?
You know it. The village needs our help. So, if you don't mind...
It would be my pleasure. I'm afraid the three of us are not enough.
The town militia's out there too.
Regardless, they're refilling their ranks faster than we can dispose of them.
They're all coming from that battleship. Not long ago, it flew in and has been dropping robots since.
A little beefier than the dropship Amy and I took out. Blaze, can you make it up there?
It's too high. It's completely out of range for me.
I know we all just met, but hop on?
Ready?
Ready.
Bon voyage! That was amazing! But is Sonic going to be alright?
He will be.
That was so much fun, you guys.
Is your life always this exciting?
If I can help it, yeah. Right, so, introductions. Blaze, this is Tangle. She's a local. Tangle, this is Blaze. She's a princess from another dimension and guardian of the Soul Emeralds. They're like Chaos Emeralds, but fiery.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for saving my home, Your Highness.
You are welcome. And please, just call me Blaze.
I'm always happy to see you, but what's the occasion?
I felt the will of the Soul Emeralds. I've come to prevent a terrible event on your world.
Heh, no offense, but you're about 7 months late.
What do you mean?
Eggman locked me up and took over the world.
What?
It's cool. My friends busted me out and we kicked his butt.
Hold on. You said the leftover badniks are getting organized, right?
Yeah. So far, it doesn't seem like it's Eggman, but...
Doesn't matter. The point is, they're getting dangerous. What if the war was just the beginning? What if there's something even worse on the way?
The Soul Emeralds are not chatty. If they directed me here, it was for a purpose. And I will remain here until that purpose is made clear.
I know I can count on you.
But first, many parts of your village are burning. I will do what I can to calm the flames. Show me where you need me.
You are amazing. Follow me.
I'll leave the hunt for the ringleader to you for now.
Bye, Sonic. Thanks for everything.
Ciao. Whew. Man, after all that, I need a breather. That'll do.
It's late. It's time to come in.
But it's busted. I can't carry it inside.
Don't you worry, little one. I'll fix your little red wagon. Soon I'll be fixing everything.
Next time, the Doctor is in.
Hey everybody, it's Landy here. Just want to say thank you so much for watching this dub. And assuming you're not new to the channel, thank you for watching the rest of the dubs, or at least one other episode. That pretty much wraps up Season 1 of these dubs, as the next 4 should be coming later. They're going to take a while to get prepared, so be patient. We've had a lot of fun putting these dubs together, we had a lot of fun putting this one together, and hopefully we have a lot of fun putting the next dubs together. We'll see you guys soon. Shouldn't be too long.
By the way, this drawing was done by me and then colored by Sarah the Cat Love. Please go check her out. She does Amy on Adrenaline dubs and a few extras, and she's also a really great friend. I love her.
Careful! On your right!
Left, right, everywhere. They have us surrounded.
Nah, we've handled more than this before. Just gotta get into the swing of things.
Roger that.
Have you and the Chaotix tracked down Eggman yet?
Hold on. Incoming.
Thanks for the help with the Badniks. They've been getting more organized lately. I guess Eggman's gearing up for something big again.
Actually, I don't believe the Doctor is behind this.
Oh? So you guys have a lead?
Better than that. We began our search at the ruins of Imperial City, and found nothing but wreckage. So we tried his last known lab. Orbot and Cubot were cooperative, but knew nothing. Eggman's computer system showed no escape plans or personal traffic. He seemed certain he'd win our last encounter. Searching his other bases turned up nothing but trouble.
Well, nuts. You guys are the best detectives I know.
We're the only detectives you know.
Semantics. So why'd you call me out here if you haven't found him?
We did. Sort of.
Wait, what?
We received an anonymous tip that led us to the village I'm taking you to now. So technically, we didn't find him.
You could have just skipped ahead to I'm taking you to Eggman.
I wanted you to understand how hard we worked.
Duly noted. Now let's get moving. What gives? Everything looks fine here.
Sonic, you made it!
Hey, little buddy. Is everything okay?
Oh, yeah! This place is great! There's lots of kids my age, and tons of mountain flowers, and they have the best honey tarts ever!
That's cool. But what about, the big guy?
That's right! You haven't met him yet! Hold on, we'll get him! Come on, come on!
All right, no need to get all excited. How do you do? They call me Mr. Tinker.
Did you really think I'd buy this act, Doc?
Doc? I don't think I've earned a doctorate. But then again, I'm afraid I don't remember much of anything.
Except how to fix and build stuff. He's the best!
Huh. Well, I certainly try.
Uh-huh. So you don't remember any of our fighting over the Chaos Emeralds?
I'm not familiar with that cut.
Lost Hex?
Somebody lost a magic spell?
The Ark?
Has a parabola?
The Death Egg?
Are you just throwing random words together I don't understand?
Don't sweat it, Mr. Tinker. This is all a case of mistaken identity.
Are you sure? If I can help, I'd love to, but...
Nah, you just get back to what you were working on.
This is what I meant when I said we sort of found Eggman.
And you're sure it's not an act? He's pulled similar stunts in the past.
We've thoroughly interrogated him and observed him for a couple of days. It's legit. He remembers nothing.
Yeah, but he can be extremely dangerous. Never mind the close calls I've had while fighting him. He can threaten whole planets at a time. But seeing him like this...
That's why we called you. We have no clue what to do. Sure, he's done some nasty stuff in the past. But can you really punish a guy who doesn't remember doing any of it?
The crimes have been committed and justice must be served. Eggman must be punished.
Right, but would you really say that's Eggman?
No.
Excuse me, I'm the head of the village. May I weigh in on the subject?
Sure. Your town, your rules, right?
Yes, but in this case, I would defer to the judgment of a famous hero. Before you make your decision, please consider this. That man appeared in our village one day without warning. We're still not sure how he arrived. We locked him up immediately, but the next day, we found he'd broken out, just to reinforce his own cell.
I did what I could for the hinges, but you'll need an entirely new deadbolt.
Just like the Chaotix, we questioned him and tested him for days. Never once did he show signs of his old, villainous ways. Once we realized he wasn't, well, himself, we nursed his wounds and took him in. In return, he repaid our kindness tenfold. He repaired anything we brought him, from the smallest, most delicate work to the largest, most grueling efforts. I know Eggman is a terrible man. I've heard stories of horrors I can hardly imagine. But Mr. Tinker has been a blessing to our village. I know he cannot undo the evil he's done, but I'd rather he remain free to do some good than rot in a cell and do nothing.
This was so much easier when it was just I hate that hedgehog.
We could stick around and keep an eye on him.
Nah, that's just delaying things. It's better we figure this out before...
Badnik's coming in from the south! They're coming up the mountain! Run!
You guys head him off. I'll handle Eggman.
You got it! Charmy, get out here! We got work to do!
I'm coming, sheesh!
Alright, Eggface, the gig is up.
It'll be okay, everyone. The Chaotix are here. They'll protect us.
Will the robots find us in here?
Shh! You just hide behind this barricade. Everything will be fine, I promise. I'm sorry, I never caught your name, but if you can, will you defend the village? I'm ashamed to say, I'm too afraid to fight.
You just worry about keeping these folks safe, Mr. Tinker. I'll help the Chaotix smash those bots.
Gotcha! Huh? Can't hide from me! Ha!
No! Why were Sonic and the Chaotix there? Did my forces stumble upon a settlement? Or have they figured me out?
That's the last of them. Seems like a pretty puny rescue force.
It wasn't a rescue force. Eggman was terrified of his own robots.
Yeah, told you Mr. Tinker was a good guy.
Then he truly is a new man. What do you intend to do?
Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm sorry, Mr. Tinker. I got you mixed up with somebody else. I'd like us to start over, so... Hi, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
The pleasure is all mine, Sonic. I hope you do manage to find who you're looking for. He sounds worrisome.
I wouldn't worry about it. I think he's gone for good.
Maybe so, but the Chaotix Detective Agency never does a half-big job. We'll keep looking for the doctor, but you're free to stay here, Mr. Tinker. You've been very helpful in our investigation.
Thank you. It looks like I have an awful lot of tables to rebuild. I cannot thank you enough for helping these people.
Don't sweat it. It's what I do.
I hope you'll come back to visit. I'd love to show you Eggman Land once it's completed.
Eggman Land? His terrifying personal theme park? Did he just slip up with his ruse? Or is he...
You'll never menace the world with Eggman Land again. I'll destroy you first.
Next time, Sonic vs. Shadow.
Alright, so I think now is a good time for me to finish up the sketch. Yeah, I'm just gonna apply a little bit more details, and I'm gonna send the sketch over to you, Mew.
Sure, it's okay. This isn't Dr. Eggman.
That's right. Apparently, he looks an awful lot like me. But I'm just your friendly neighborhood handyman, Mr. Tinker.
He's totally lost his memory. Me, the Chaotix, the villagers, we've all confirmed it.
Losing one's memory doesn't make them any less dangerous.
Yeah, okay, fair point, but he... Oh, you're not listening! You're not touching him!
I should have stayed in bed today.
What are we standing around for? We're the Chaotix. Come on, boys. Let's help Sonic out.
Roger.
Yeah! There's no way we can keep up with them.
I could. I'm just recovering from defeating those badniks.
Maybe we can cheer from the sidelines?
No! We, find the culprit who brought Shadow here. This is all your fault.
Goodness me.
Yeah, you! What were you thinking bringing Shadow here?
Shadow was already looking for Eggman to ensure he wasn't planning a counterattack. Shadow isn't really one to pull his punches. Anyone who got in his way, like say, some certain detectives, might get hurt. So isn't it convenient that you got that anonymous tip when you did? You had plenty of time to find your target, verify him, and bring in Sonic. By the time I helped Shadow find this village, your investigation was complete, and you had a handy, heroic countermeasure by your side.
Wait, how would you know about the tip? Unless...
Oh! I don't get it.
Huh.
Having trouble getting past me? I thought you were fast. Look, I get it. Eggman has been a grade A jerk for years. But he's also done some good stuff, too. Like, remember that business on the Ark way back when? He helped us save the world. Okay, so he kind of started that mess, too. It's not like he was aiming to destroy the world. Hold on! I'm not done yet! Okay, what about when the Black Arms invaded? Remember all that? Eggman fought the alien invasion with us. Without him,
Alright, so everything looks good. Oh yeah, so Mew, what do you think?
Have you forgotten that he's made you suffer? That he's tried to destroy you multiple times? How can you even suggest leniency for him after all that?
You tried to destroy
Yeah, I gotta say, these dubs from this channel are really good.
Tried to obliterate an entire planet. So what? You want me to take you out with Eggman? After all, if he can't be forgiven, can you?
What is your plan for him?
Yeah, anytime, you. So yeah, let me just send a sketch over to you before I end the live stream.
Eggman Land is first, though.
You distracted me. Lured me away.
Well, yeah, because you wouldn't listen to... nerds.
I see him on the horizon. We're prepared for him this time. And speed can't do you any good against a solid wall. Huh?
Man, you're stubborn. You don't have to do this. He's...
I already discussed it with Sonic.
Aha. All right, then.
You, Mr. Tinker.
Yes?
Show me Eggman Land. Now.
I really didn't want to unveil it until it was finished. But I'll make an exception for you. Ta-da!
Ooh, threatening.
It looks amazing!
You see, there's not much for the children to do out here. I thought a nice play space out of the elements would make them happy. Does this mean I'm not in trouble?
You're in the clear, pal. See you around, Rouge.
Always a pleasure. And don't worry, boys. We'll count this as your gig. No need to split the finder's fee.
Ha! You're a class act. Thanks for, managing all this.
Not that we could afford to split it.
All this commotion over a silly name?
Yeah, it means different things to different people. How did you come up with it?
It just came to me. I thought it sounded like a bit of nonsense the kids would enjoy.
Huh, that's cool. Is it, though? Is it really harmless? Or is it a sign his memories might come back?
I do hope you'll come back and see it when it's finished.
Oh, I'll definitely be stopping by from time to time.
and all flotillas are heading into position.
Excellent. Signal my personal flagship.
It's time for me to join the Egg Fleet. It's time to move on to the next phase of my master plan.
Wait, what? But we just saw... So who is... Next time. Answers.
Sonic and Shadow are fighting. Oh, last time on Sonic X.
Oh, Shadow, what happened to your thumb, bro?
I slammed you against that tree. Didn't see where my thumb was. Hurts like a bitch.
Oh, I can imagine. How's that thing not showing up on the radar?
I don't know, but good job spotting it. The bases we've raided haven't provided any leads, but if the Egg Fleet is still performing maneuvers, they must be getting orders from somewhere. Take this. Connect it to the first computer you find and download all you can. Hopefully we'll get some answers once I analyze the data.
I'm not really a computer guy. What do I plug in? What button do I push?
I customized it to have universal Wi-Fi accessibility. Just hit the go button.
You think of everything.
Well, what a surprise. I knew it was only a matter of time before you showed up to spoil my fun. I just didn't realize you'd come all the way up here to find me. But no matter, you're still too late. The gears are already turning. My latest genius plan is...
Whoa. Save the rant, Faker.
Faker?
I've seen the doc. He's fine, and he's not here. You've got his act down pat, though. So who are you, really?
Of course, you would even ruin my fate, my loathsome copy.
No way. Metal Sonic?
Metal Sonic.
Oh yeah, the new name to go with your new look. You tried to take over the Eggman Empire, but me and the boys kicked your butt and turned you back to normal.
Lord Eggman repaired me, removed the rebelliousness from my coding. But you know this. We've clashed since then. He decided to upgrade me to this form once again. I was to be his greatest weapon in the final battle. But I was completed too late. The war was lost. You had ruined everything once again. I was given the Doctor's biodata, his genius, his drive, his vision. But I serve the Eggman Empire. The only one who can truly rule it is Dr. Eggman. I decided I would use his persona to ensure his reign remained unbroken. I will conquer the world for Eggman as Eggman. And you will tell me where he is so I may hand over control to him.
Adds up. Explains why I ended up fighting your Phantom instead of you. Just one teeny tiny problem with your grand evil scheme.
Oh? And what might that be?
I'm gonna whoop your spiky butt before you conquer anything! Ha! How do you like that?
I like it just fine. Sonic the Hedgehog. Biodata successfully copied.
Oh, right, you copy people's abilities. Forgot about that. Do-over? Not good, not good, not good! Okay. Battleship? Sure. I can handle that on my own. Full company of badniks? A little dicey, but doable. All that and Senor Starfish Head? Nope, time to bail. Yeah!
What? Coward!
Shows what you know!
Batteries on the landing strip. Fire!
Whoa!
All hands on deck. Full armament. Surrounded, disabled. But I want him alive.
Got a funny way of showing it.